What's good? What's good? What's good? This is RawTruth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. It's draft day. It is draft day. Who do you think's going to get drafted? Are you worried about your favorite prospect not going to your team? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Rap God in the building. He said he hears me loud and clear. Share this video with everyone you know so we could talk about this draft day without any emotion, without uh, making up false stories. I can't wait for the draft to be over with. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm getting annoyed with the grifting, with the damn pretending like if a certain player gets drafted, it's gonna be the worst thing ever. And LaMelo's gonna be obsolete. I'm sorry, but I think LaMelo's too good to let rookies determine how he should be playing. And if you really believe a rookie could come in and take away what LaMelo does best, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I see a lot of people not getting notifications. That's okay. We're going to rock out. This is just like I like it. You said he want to play off ball. Who said that? Let me set everything up so I can play these two devices so we can listen to the draft. Let me see, ESPN. Make sure to hit the like button and share this video to get the algorithm back up because I haven't been doing regular streams in a while, so you know how that goes. Live event. ESPN Plus Originals. Shout out to Joey in the building. What's good, my brother? Let me know if you can hear the ESPN background. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Salute.
Tonight, the center of the NBA world, it is New York City. But
we already know who's going to be the number one pick.
From Lawrence, Kansas to Las Vegas, Atlanta to Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it up a little bit so you can hear it.
They span the globe, and the fans, they have lined up outside to welcome them. The future is here for 58 young men. Their lives, they are about to change.
Why is Brandon Miller wearing red? Brandon Miller must think he's going to the Portland Trailblazers. All right, they playing this NBA commercial right now, so I'm gonna talk with the family, man. What y'all think is going to happen? So Shams Charania reported. Bring Coach Joe in this. Coach Joe, you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you. What's happening, DJ?
Good, good. When the draft starts, I'm gonna play the background of the draft while we're talking.
Okay.
Shout out to Anthony King, man. Shout out to the loyal ones out there. Hit the like button, share this video throughout all social media platforms. And y'all know because of the algorithm, not everybody's receiving their notifications. That's okay. We're gonna rock out. I wanted to tell you, Coach Joe, Shams just reported that the Pelicans received a meeting in recent days with Scoot Henderson. New Orleans has pursued the top 2 or 3 pick but Charlotte and Portland are far expressing no interest in moving the pick. This is what Shams stated.
Okay, that wouldn't surprise me at all, DJ. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I think they're gonna go with either either Darius or Scoot, obviously. I think, and the other moves gonna have to be made. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those other moves we'll see. They got to be made, but I don't have any confidence in them dudes. Because they haven't shown us to have any confidence in them. The fact that we don't have any idea up until this point in the draft, the day of, is still amazing. Really is still amazing.
It's gonna be interesting. So, Coach Joe, and shout out to Tomorrow's Leader Sports Network. Subscribe to his channel. Good brother, right there. Now, we had this conversation who you would like the Hornets to pick, and can you tell the family your choice and why?
Well, you know what? Look, it's been no exam. We've been talking about this for I don't know how long now since they drafted LaMelo. Shout out to LaMelo Holics in the house. What's happening, Rap God? What's going on, family? How's everybody doing on draft 2023 with the big ticket coming at the top? Victor Wembanyama. Woo! I'm telling you, we're gonna make it do what it do, baby. But look, this would I mean for me, it's this. I'm tired. I've been saying this for I don't know how long. If we don't know from the Denver Nuggets winning what the NBA looks like now, what's the blueprint now, who we chasing, and then we don't know nothing. Okay, you got to have size, and the Hornets have been playing with this small backcourt for I don't know how long, and we know what result is it's brought about. It hasn't been cool at all. They've been good to look at either. So I don't think they can go wrong in any pick, but I just myself, I like what Brandon Miller brings to the table. I think a 6'7", 6'9", or 6'8", 6'9" backcourt with him and Melo is two long dudes would be the future. And he already a knockdown shooter. That's the NBA game. It's 3-and-D right now. This is the NBA we talking about. So this kid fits perfectly in to what the Hornets are trying to do, and he fits with LaMelo. So for me, I'm going Darius.
And one thing I respect about your let me turn this down real quick. One thing I respect about your take, Coach Joe, you weren't grifting when you were saying you prefer Brandon Miller. You explained the reason why: size in the backcourt, rapport with LaMelo Ball, without putting down Scoot Henderson.
Oh,
This is what we got to get back to in basketball talk: breaking down the game,
facts.
breaking down the X's and the O's. See what you just stated, Scoot, about Miller. For those who didn't want Brandon Miller on this team, now they're thinking, "Oh, that does make sense." That's how you explain your case. You explained it better than anybody on social media, and I'm not just saying it because you the OG. You explained it in a way that's not, drama filled and etc. Now, I prefer the best player available. You know why I prefer Coach Joe?
Yes,
Because I think that losing teams cannot afford to pick on fit. I've been consistent on that.
facts.
Now, I've also been consistent on having a longer backcourt. Check the videos. I've stated this a lot of times. The only exception to the rule, if a guard has good wingspan, good hand size, and a strong upper body build. I've stated it millions of times. But besides these two picks tonight, there's one thing the Hornets need to rectify that they have to do right by LaMelo Ball. That is to trade Gordon Hayward, Mr. Glass, and Terry Rozier. You do that, whoever the pick is, I don't care if it's a mean Thompson, hope not, but he's a good player too. you
Facts.
won't you
And
won't hear
Asar.
Anasar. Anasar. You wouldn't hear a complaint from me this whole night. The pick's about to be in, Coach Joe. We all know
Yeah.
who this is about to be.
Yeah, we you know we know that the main pick is coming through. You know, and the thing about Scoot thing, I want to say that, you know, it ain't about down and nothing. You know, the Hornets to me, Scoot to me in this particular choice between Brandon and Scoot is a heck of a uh quandary for them. You know, it's a hell of a thing. The basketball gods ain't making it easy for them at all. You know, because what are they saying? The basketball gods are saying, well, you can take what looks like what you need and fits what you have, or you can take what looks like explosive and just shiny and just ain't no telling what it could look like. Just like just fast paced with mellow and just up and down the court and athletic citizen all over the place, all of that. See, but the question is, in my mind, is this, DJ? As I look at the Charlotte Hornets organization, and I look at what they've done overall in their drafts, they've always tried to do kind of that thing. Look for the shiny thing. Well, you already got the shiny thing. That's LaMelo. To me, you don't need no more shine. You need some ballers. You need some size. You need some dudes, some potential. And the fact that Darius Miles said that, I mean, not Darius, Miller said that his favorite play was Paul George, told me something about him too. See, you know how he sees himself. So, you know, you know, one thing you can't teach, and the Denver Nuggets showed that with the when they in the NBA championship, and that's you can't teach height.
Yep. Shout out to Macrina Daniels. Shout out to Hoop Jargon in the building. Doug Golden Child, what's good, my brother? Share this video throughout all of social media. Support Raw Truth Media. The Wi-Fi is good today, as you can hear. Let the church say amen.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Rap God. Shout out to Macretia Daniels. How you doing, Anthony King? What's going on there? Hoop Jargon. How's everybody doing in the building on draft day? Anthony King. What's up, Young G? On draft 2023, the Victor Wembanyama draft. Oh, my star. You know, I saw something earlier, DJ, was flying through. I was kind of looking at a couple things. And they said, you know, you're talking about Victor. We ain't seen this. We ain't seen this. And then somebody showed a picture of Manute Bol. I mean,
Oh,
I'm a new
Bobo.
Bobo. And I'm like, you know what? When you think about it, I mean, let's kind of be honest. Bobo's 7, what, 2, 3?
Yeah.
And Bobo athletic as all get out and can dribble the ball, handle, shoot threes, do all. So it ain't like we ain't seen a big one of them, you know, giant unicorns do this, because Bobo was doing it all last year and doing it very well.
The only difference is Wembanyama is 2 inches taller than Bobo, and he worked on the post more, like post moves. When Bobo came in, it was like he was a guard, like masquerading as a big.
Well, they didn't know what to do with Bobo. They just like we can't do nothing with this. I mean, he looked too small. He looked like the thin man, the strong. He looked like the skinny man. Need to go to the wizard and get some height or some weight or something on him. You know what I mean? So, but they didn't know what to do with him. Now here come Victor, and he just looks so much better in what he does. He's so much more polished in his size. He's so much more. He feels so much more looking at him. Used to his body, if you will. And Victor's got a nice base. So does Bobo. Bobo's too for big guys. So, but yeah. So here we go with the first pick. It looked like the commissioner's walking up to the and kicking it off. Here we go with the pick that I made last year.
You called it before everybody, Coach Joe.
I made this pick last year, family. Y'all remember that? I know y'all do.
The San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama.
The easiest draft pick since 2003.
Facts.
This is
Sharing this moment with his
this is
family.
the easiest draft pick in 20 years.
Facts.
Because he
I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. He got a heck of a new job.
Yeah, Coach Pop, he gonna coach some more years because
Yeah, yeah. He got a special one. He got a special one here. I mean, you know what I mean? If he could, if he's blessed to stay healthy, this kid could really do a lot. I mean, I believe in the eye test. Obviously, the eye test is very, very important. Along with the game now as we see it, this analytic game. But Victor just popped out when I first saw him last year. I was like, oh my stars, who is this moving? And as I tell you guys, when I first look at a player, or a young player in the NBA, or a young player in any kind of evaluating, first thing I do is I study their feet first. I look at their feet, I study their feet and see what kind of feet they have. Because if you don't have good feet, you can't make it in the NBA.
mm-hmm.
So you got to have good feet, number one. So, and that kid's got great feet. When I watched Victor, I was blown away. Rarely did I ever see Victor with his feet together or close together, running, shuffling, side to side, any of his movement. He seems to know how to be a big, and I certainly appreciate it.
He sure does. Let me read some more of these comments. OG, we on fire right now. Hit the like button. Let's get it to 30 likes, family. Uh, Shout out to Thunder. He said we already know after Vic is going number one, the real draft is the second and third. Yep. And the
Fact.
trades too. The trades as well. Shout out to Swat Smooth Goat. He said, Unc, DJ, my guys. Been a minute, family. Oh, we got a lot of catching up, family. We got a lot of catching.
Facts. What's up, Smooth? How you doing there, young G?
Who Jargon said Wimby has more IQ in a mature game. His motor runs harder too. Yep. That's something that no one talks about is Wimby's motor. Out of
Yeah, he
all
got
the
a
top picks.
he's got a motor.
Wait a minute. Wimby's 7'5"? I thought he said
Yeah, yeah, he's 7'5". Exactly right. You say yeah, he's 7'5". That's what they said he's at.
wow. That's as tall as Yao Ming.
Facts.
But
Yao Ming, I think was 7'6", maybe 7'5",
yeah,
7'6",
yeah,
somewhere
you're
around
right.
there.
He was 7'6".
Yeah.
Uh Anthony King says Tim Duncan will get VW right. Yeah, he will. Tim Duncan will be the coach in waiting throughout the years, in my opinion. He been an assistant with Pop throughout the years since retirement.
Mm. Yeah, I'm happy for the young man. I hope I hope he's ready for this moment. I mean, you can only be as ready as life dictates. I mean, we know how that goes. But it's wonderful to see him and his. I think that's his sister and his brother up here. They looking at they talking too. Yeah, that look like the sister and brother. Yeah, they got another one coming behind him. This boy look like he might be about 6'10".
Yeah, his brother, man, his younger brother looked like he a prospect.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. Look
He
at
was
it.
a
Look at
young
it.
teenager.
Wow. Family of giants. Look at Wimmy. He's coming over, coming with. Look, he just. I love it. Look at him. I love it. I
Wait,
love it. I love it.
Coach Joe, is that Wimby's sister?
That's his sister.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord, I see. Okay.
Yeah. She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
She a tall drink of water though. She probably about 6'8".
Hey,
6'7".
I was about to sound like Day Day. I ain't never said that. I ain't trying to say that be like.
Yes, indeed. I'm not upset that this kid's going down there. He's from a small town in outside, in France, and he came from he didn't come from a big. Look at little brother. He as tall as Sochi, and Sochi about 6'10". So yeah, he up there too. The young brother, the youngest one. But yeah,
Social plays just like Dennis Rodman. It's not
doesn't
at
he?
that level, but Dennis Rodman light. And it's not because he got that colored hair either.
He had more offense, but more
Yeah.
offense. He a little more offensive than Dennis.
Smooth said his sister a little hot. Webby's sister, she look like a model.
Yeah, she a cutie pie. So here we go. Charlotte is on the clock. Here we
Are you
go.
ahead of
Here
me,
we
Coach
go.
Joe?
Here we go.
Are you ahead of me, Coach Joe?
It says the pick is in on my screen.
Okay.
Even though
I got the back.
Mr. Clean ain't walked up to the podium yet. I
Hey,
mean,
you heard?
I've just been thinking, all that size, Melo 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", Miller 6'7", Bridges, get rid of the other two guys and bring in a power forward, somebody that's about 6'10", that can get up and down the floor, so, enough big, and then bring with Mark Williams, man. You got a big squad, man. Bunch of young dudes, man. Get Melo the ball and let's say,
So if
let's
they,
go.
so here's the two things. Woj says Brandon Ingram. Sham says Scoot Henderson. This
Brandon
is
Miller.
yeah.
Here we
Woj
go. Here we go. I ain't gonna say it because you're ahead of me, DJ, but the commissioner is up. Here we go.
You said I'm ahead of you, or you ahead of me?
I'm ahead of you. They submit.
Okay.
Hey, they got him. They got Brandon.
With the second pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller.
So I'm laughing because you was telling me this yesterday. They said, "Oh, it's already done deal. They got Brandon Miller."
Yeah.
The newcomer of the year, Mitch Kupchak, the general manager in Charlotte, he was in attendance for Miller's season high 41 points against South Carolina. That was back in February. But
And and the thing about this pick, family, is that let's be honest, about this. This kid can come in and play right away. I mean, he can shoot. He can shoot. Let's just keep it real. And you got to be able to shoot in the NBA.
excellent in isolation and
See,
out of pick and roll situations. He struggled at the rim early. Early on in his career at Alabama, he was not
You got a good
finishing at
shot.
high rate at the rim.
Very
That
well. He
improved
looks
greatly
taller
as
than
the
I thought
season
too.
went along. But he can
yeah, he
rebound,
long. I mean,
bring
this
it
is
up
what they
himself.
need, and then they can use Gordon and Terry to bring in a couple more wing guys. They can bring
Do
in
a
some more
trade.
6'8" or 6'9", 6'10" of wing guys. They can do that.
Uh,
What you call him is probably available. Christian Wood is probably going to be available, but they probably going to stick with Williams and Richardson, Nick Richardson on that for the big man probably. But they got to start getting ready. Everybody got to realize Denver's the marquee. Denver's the measurement. Denver's who you looking at.
now, people are gonna say, "Why are you not disappointed?" Because I wanted the best player, in my opinion, right? Was the
Mm-hmm.
Scoop. Because at the end of the day, Brandon Miller is a top 3 player.
Facts.
No matter if you thought he was 2 or 3, it was those top 3 the whole
Mm-hmm.
time. Wemby and whoever you thought. The fact that he fits with LaMelo's game, and he has a lot of untapped potential.
Facts.
I understand, and I'm not emotional. I was disappointed at the people that was disrespecting Scoot's game just because you didn't want him as a draft pick. You don't have to just eat a draft pick to get a point across. And that's why I like what Coach Joby did. He broke it down without dissing the other players. So shout out to Coach Joe.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I love this for just the NBA thing. I love Scoop going down to Portland, and because that to me that gives them an opportunity to move Dame and
Yep.
let Scoot and Anthony Hardaway play down there. That's a heck of a backcourt.
Man, the Pope pissed off. Shout out to the Pope. He said, he wanted Scoot. Trust me, I wanted Scoot too, man, because he was the best player in my opinion. But I'm not gonna, like I said on Twitter, I'm not gonna lose my mind over it. This is what Brandon Miller has to say.
That they're getting a great kid.
This is his father.
Great young man, great character, and he's gonna bring a lot
And so, DJ, I hear what Pope's saying, and any of them, anybody that love Scoot, and I love Scoot too. I love Scoot's confidence. A lot about Scoot that I like. A lot about Scoot that I like. As a player, but for LaMelo and for the NBA game, I want this boy here. You can't pass up a 6'8", 6'9", two guard that can shoot. They say that off of clean catches, this kid shot 51% from the 3-point line last year. Come on, man, you got to be kidding me.
Now, here's what I don't want to do because I know what social media is going to do. They're going to compare Scoot and Brandon Miller starting off. I've already said that Scoot will score more points than Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller will provide defensive efficiency, scoring efficiency. So I didn't want people to go out there and say it's the end of the world and stuff. We got to see how this pans out for both players. Of course, Scoot is more ready now. Let's be real. But him going to Portland is exciting. You're going to see some trades potentially. Dame probably going somewhere, a playoff team. Who you think Dame may get traded to?
Well, you know what, DJ. Let me say this. Also, Scoot is used to he's a point guard. Okay, let's keep it real. He plays with the ball in his hands. Okay, I want the ball in Melo's hands. I'm sorry.
But I respect your perspective, Coach Joe.
You know what I mean?
You broke it down how they can use the catch and shoot. And that's another stat that I didn't. 51% on transition catch and shoots.
Yeah, on open catch and shoots this year. He shot 51%. Man, you got to be kidding me.
Smooth says, "Who does Brandon Miller's game remind you of, family?"
He reminded me of Paul George a little bit when Paul came out. I got to admit that. I mean, I can see that.
Paul George light.
Paul George. Light. I mean, he wasn't as big as Paul. I mean, in terms of weight, Paul was a little bit stronger, but his build is similar to Paul when Paul came out too. Paul lanky and long.
Dame to the Phoenix Suns. Smooth said.
With the third pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson.
Here we go. Because the bottom line is, family, for these kids, this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful moment. And I'm so happy for them. I'm happy for Scoot. You can see the happiness and the proudness on his face. They can do it. Look at him with his hug, giving his sister a hug. Look at him. I just love it. His other sister, I just love it. I just love it. Everybody looking so beautiful. Oh man, it's just so beautiful.
Brother Jade says, you know what? But he got his music taste for me. It's a
The rap guy says Brandon Miller, Paul Pierce. Pope say he's gonna be a bust. Respectfully, Pope, you my brother. Now, if Brandon Miller doesn't reach his ceiling, what do he get? What? Travis Outlaw with more offensive repertoire? That means a valuable starter. That goes with LaMelo's game. A long, crafty player. I don't see busting in his game. Coach, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm watching Scoot, man. I'm just proud of the kid, man. Because I've been following him for a few years now, DJ. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for him. But I want him in a good fit. And I think this is a better fit. He going down there with Chauncey. Chauncey knows. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Chauncey knows what he needs to do. He couldn't have a better coach. Okay. You know what I mean? Down there with Chauncey, down there with Grant and Anthony Hardaway. Anthony Simons, and the other kid, the kid that can jump out the gym. What's his name?
Trying to remember.
They drafted last year. The kid was drafted last year by Portland. Can jump out the gym. So they got pieces, man. They got a young team. They're gonna try to come, and now they got a point guard. that's that's to me, actually when you look at Scoot, to me, when you kind of look at Scoot now and Anthony Simons, you kind of looking at Dame and CJ over again. Just maybe a little, you know, dimensions wise, you kind of looking at the same thing, guys, if you think about it. Shannon Sharp, thanks, God Reloaded. That's it. Shannon Sharp, thank you. That's what I was thinking of.
What do you think about this about Rap God? Miller's floor is Darius Miles. I can see that
Um,
because he did. Darius Miles did average 15 per game.
I know, but see, DJ, this is the reason why
It,
I don't. For myself, I resist the urge to do that because the game is so different, and these kids were game is based on Steph's playing, how the way Steph play, and Darius Miles didn't play that way. This kid already is a 3 and D player to me.
hmm
Already, he a 3 and D right now.
And I understand what you're saying, Coach Joe. But as a floor, that just shows that he's if the floor is Darius Miles but better, that's an 18 point per game score.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
But but but
I
but
was
in
talking
this
about that's just the floor,
But
not
but
the ceiling.
see, DJ, I don't under but in this I don't get this. If Miles Bridges is back and this kid here and LaMelo and Mark Williams and I don't know, maybe they may play Kai Jones or something, I don't know, but or find somebody, see if they can find somebody for that fourth spot. Ain't no way in the world this kid he gonna get so many easy kind of looks. Are you kidding me? He playing with LaMelo Ball. He can shoot wide open threes and he can defend. Man, they gonna be if they decide to defend, they gonna be nice. They gonna be nice in the backcourt finally, and it's gonna be fun to watch because they're gonna be running out and it's gonna be showtime, baby, again.
But you're doing a great job in one thing, Coach Joe. You are selling Brandon. You selling Brandon Miller better than the Hornets.
Yeah, because if you ask me this, DJ, if you said to me, who would you pick? Scoot or LaMelo? Man, it ain't no. I'm not even
Of
debate. It's
course,
not even a
Lamelo.
debate. I'm taking LaMelo. So I don't want Scoot on the fit with LaMelo because he's a point guard. Scoot is a point guard of today's game. Melo is a point guard of today's game. We don't need two of them. They need somebody like to me. LaMelo and this kid to me would look more like the new version of Steph and Clay.
The
They fit
hometown,
better.
the hometown team about to pick. They probably gonna pick a Thompson twin or they trading the pick. Shout out to Terry in the chat. He said Brandon Miller floor would be Marvin Williams. Uh, Anybody remember him?
He,
Marvin Williams was like a quasi power forward,
he
small forward.
was exactly facts.
I believe Brandon Miller has more guard game than Marvin Williams. That's the only thing
Facts.
I
No,
disagree with.
Marvin Williams was a power forward, old school.
Yeah, and he sometimes played small forward if he had a big lineup.
Facts. But he was back to the basket, old school type of player. He wasn't up to today's game.
Hoop Jargon says he, he says Darius couldn't shoot himself out of a wet paper bag.
See, DJ, I'm with Hoop. That's why I didn't like that. I couldn't go with that analogy. This kid can shoot. In a league where they shoot, that's what they do. They shoot thousands and thousands of threes. Man, Scoot,
Uh-oh.
I like Scoot, but Scoot shot 29% from the 3-point line or 30% from the 3-point line last year. Shooting, and think about this, family. He played in the G League 2 years. So he's been playing behind the NBA 3-point line for 2 years now.
I'm with Thunder, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
He said, as long as Hayward and Terry are out, I'm good. I'm the
Yeah,
same way. I'm not
yeah.
letting no. I was prepared for either choice, as long as those two space takers, I call it, are out of this team. Uh, they don't believe in the team culture. They never believed in LaMelo. and you got to get toxic energy out of this team.
Facts.
You got to get toxic energy out of this team. Let's get it to 40 likes, family. Shout out to Marco Nori. Marco, I know he excited. He said, Coach Joe, DJ, let's go.
What's up, Marco? How you doing there, Young G? Good to see you. Good to see you. Here we go. I'm gonna hold off on the pencil since I'm ahead, but
Okay.
the pick has been made.
In the 2023 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select Amen Thompson from Oakland, California, an overtime elite.
He went to the best situation. I'm talking about coaching wise.
Yes, and he going down there with and what you call him down there?
Adoka.
Adoka, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Great pick for Houston. I'm a huge fan of these twins. They family. I like their family a lot. And go ahead, DJ.
Oh yeah, Rap God says Scoot is like watching Westbrook all over again. But I'm gonna have to agree with Hoop Jargon on this take. He said a more controlled Westbrook, big difference.
That's a fact.
Yeah, his game is way more controlled than what Westbrook was coming into the draft.
Well, he's more polished than what when Westbrook came in. He's a little more polished.
Yes. It takes nothing away from Westbrook. I'm just saying, like coming into the draft, his game is way more polished. Hoop Jargon said, "Yeah, get Terry the F out of here." I'm down with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of which one is the oldest. Is Amin older or Sar older? Which one? I think Amin is the oldest one.
I think so too.
Okay. So
Amin
he the
is more
guard. He the guard.
facilitator point guard.
Huh?
Amin is like a point guard, combo point guard.
But he big.
Yeah, he's 6'7", 200.
Yeah, these kids are big, man. These kids are big. I like Amin and Asar, man. Yes, they got him at 6'7", 214. That's nice, man.
5.9 rebounds per game. And how special is it to be drafted on the same?
I can see that, Hoop Jargon. I can see the Houston Rockets being legit.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, they starting to put their foundation together. They're gonna have to decide what to do with all of these duplicates with Shoto. You drafted the kid Jabari Smith last year, and then you draft Jalen Green the year before. Now you bring this kid in here, so so they got a little overlap there, on some of them things. So they're gonna have to make some decisions, I think. But getting that coach right was to me a big thing. Big step in the right direction.
Hoop Jargon said, I hope they don't end up like the Harrison twins. Oh, God forbid.
Oh, no. They ain't them. No.
They're a lot more skilled than that. I knew the Harrison twins were not going to make it because they relied too much on their strength early on and did not develop the bag handle-wise, finesse-wise in college. When they went to Kentucky their freshman year, I knew it before. But when they went to Kentucky that freshman year, that solidified it. I was like, oh, they're not going to survive. Terry in the chat says, with Amen Thompson there, they are going to do with what they're going to do with Kenyon Martin Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. They expect some trades because I think
I hope so.
Adoka, he don't like losing. He don't like having losers rebuilding projects. He's a little more vocal than the past coaches that Houston have. Shoot, he was vocal with the Boston Celtics on what they need as a team. He's going to bring in some veterans. Just watch. Hey, sign me up for that. If I'm the Houston Rockets, Boston West. that means multiple playoff appearances.
I was listening a little bit, family, there to Amin. They asked him what he wanted to do to celebrate. I love his parents. They're just such a beautiful family. Look at that beautiful thing. And he said he wanted to fly some in and out, just sticking to being a kid. Boy, I love it, boy.
Even though he must have not tried that water burger.
Yeah.
That water burger ain't no joke.
Yep.
people
Yeah, you know
call it.
this. You know, it's going. I'm really looking forward to this year, the summer league. I mean, I can't wait to see all of these guys, in the summer league. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a good draft. I think it's a lot of really good. It's a lot of depth here. So I think a lot of people going to get some good players. Charlotte's got a couple of picks, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right, DJ? They got another one in the
Yeah,
first
they
round
got
coming up.
5 picks. And here's the
Yeah,
thing,
so they can
though,
help
Joe.
themselves out a lot.
No
To
one's
to
talking
be able
about
to,
that.
to move Terry and Gordon because they got draft picks to go to, and they can get some help right away.
The Detroit Pistons.
This is something that they were supposed to be. I'm talking about the Hornets community. This is something that they needed to talk about. They was talking about who should they draft, and y'all need to be talking about these draft picks from 27th and the second round picks, because most
Mm.
teams in the NBA, if they had this draft capital, they would be moving players like Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier for more fits to LaMelo's game, because this is LaMelo's team.
Let's head to Commissioner Adam Silver.
Yes, they took the other two in. They went back to back. He went to Detroit. He going down there with Cave and Ivy and
This is
Jalen
historic,
Duren.
coach. This is
Huh?
historic.
Yes, it's historic.
Thompson from Oakland, California, and overtime elite.
This is amazing. I've never seen something like this.
Isn't
Back
this
to
great,
back.
DJ? This is great, family. Y'all enjoying this like we enjoying this? I'm really enjoying this. Is beautiful. This is beautiful.
He said, I'm nowhere near as good as I can be. I just have to not let a day go by where I don't.
Look, their grandmama just crying. I love it. Granny just crying. That's exactly right.
First since the Morris twins in 2011, but certainly Asar, a special player in his own right, Jay.
Similar to his twin brother, another freak athlete, 7-foot wingspan. But Asar
I
is
mean, these kids got 7-foot wingspans at 6'7". Wow.
similar speed.
I'm gonna tell you why they got Brandon Miller, the Hornets. You know how they said Michael Jordan's making the final pick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the truth was, before they made the selection, they met with new management that has been
Mm.
support. That was the new management's pick.
Mm.
Ability to be an elite defender.
Not my words. You got
I can see that.
Woj confirmed it.
You can use him in so
Well, I mean, I can see that, DJ. I mean, all the contractual obligations, said that the transfer take place in July, but this business here has to be taken care of. So, I think Jordan, part of Jordan receiving that money, and a part of the deal was that that he would draft and make the moves that they want to make. Because this is going to be going to be their team now, their organization now.
coming to the next level. But if you impact defensively with your awareness, with your energy, with the presence that you have, and being active and making plays.
And those kids are from Southern California too. Over there, they're over near where I'm at.
I truly believe that Asar can do that. Of course, Cade Cunningham only played.
And they bringing up the Ball brothers, commonly drafted. LaMelo second and third, and Asar fourth and fifth. There we go in the common draft. Brothers in the top 5.
How many times brothers have been drafted in the
This
top
is
5 in the
amazing.
common era? Twice. That is just
That's
so
only happened 2 times.
incredibly
2 times.
special. And now Asar Thompson, he is with our very own Monica McNutt.
And they all from Cali.
Yep. they say we growing big out here.
Talent. Even though I'm a Texas native, coach, I've always respected the talent that California produces, man.
Yeah, well, hey, man, Texas ain't no slouch in no way. That's for sure.
I'm glad you keeping it real about that, Coach Joe. A lot of people be like,
Oh man,
Texas.
please, no, please. You gotta keep it real. We're talking about
Yeah.
sports. We talking about Cali. We talking about Texas. We talking about Florida. We talking about Chicago. We talking about New York. Atlanta. Come on, let's keep it real. It shouldn't change. Even Seattle now. We talking about Seattle.
And beating them up until a certain point. How proud are you of the work that they put in to get here?
I mean, this is just
Can't forget Seattle, man. That's like you said.
Yeah. Shout out to Paulo Banchero. The reigning rookie of the year. So It's going to be really interesting to see how some of these guys move in. I'm going to see how our Lakers, man. What do you think our Lakers going to do, man? You
They
know,
got the 17th
you think
pick.
Chris Paul's off the books? You think they're going to go with Kyrie now or what?
Man, they're gonna make some moves. They may move AD. I heard they want to move AD. They better get something back big time. If you want to move AD, you better bring in some real deal talent.
To see that they
Hmm.
took that as 9-year-old and made it become a reality. And this is just like amazing. There are no words to really express how I'm feeling. Like Asar said, to see them back to back.
Now, Hornet fan, a lot of Hornet fans.
The world is just opening up to them. The world is, there's no limit. So
I see something that's giving
what's in store. So very, very happy.
giving some showing some love to Brandon Miller. Again, I'm with Marco Nori on this. He said Terry the last thing in his way, meaning LaMelo. Hayward don't matter.
Yeah, no facts. Hayward don't matter because he in last year his deal, so he right. He don't matter. He
Yeah,
don't matter.
that's more avoidable. The Terry Rozier thing, because he will always think this is his team too. And with people who have that mindset like that,
So Orlando's on the clock, and wow, they making a very interesting choice. Wow, I'm shocked. What the hell is this?
shout out to Anthony Black from Texas. They
Shout
about
out
to
to
trade some guards.
you.
They
Ain't
gonna trade.
lying because I mean, come on, wait. They just signed. They just re-signed Anthony. They signed folks last year, and then you bring in another guard. You got your point guard, your starter, and your backup.
Hey,
Wow.
Anthony Black's dad was a beast at Baylor.
He was a what?
A beast at Baylor. He was a
Oh,
small
okay.
forward at Baylor.
Okay.
From 98 to 2001.
Okay. Them good Baylor squads. I like this kid though. What I saw of him, he nice. He got nice handles. He a low, he a poor man's LaMelo.
Yeah. Hey,
But
hey, Lay, you don't have to apologize to me. I want Terry out of this.
facts, man, we want him. You ain't lying. Rap God, you think Markel's on his way out? I mean, Markel started last year when he came back, all came off an injury.
He actually had a pretty good year.
He had a very good year.
And if he was in the trade block, a lot of teams would get his services.
Facts. Facts.
Somebody's going to get traded on that team. There's too many guards.
Yeah, I'm just confused by this pick. Unless I see some more movement, I'm happy for Anthony Black and his family. Congratulations to the young G. I wish you all the success, in the world. And this highlight package I'm looking at right now, reminding me of just how versatile he is. He played D too. So they obviously got some plans. I mean, they got some people to move down there. They seem like they got a lot of talent down there in Orlando. A lot of talent down there. How you doing that show 305 times? And salute
Shout out
DJ
to
and Coach
Coach,
Joe.
man. Hey, he was being sarcastic, by the way. He said, put some respect on Terry name. The Hornets is his team, LOL.
Yeah. You ain't like. Well, no. The thing of it is, I think Terry. Terry should want to. I'm so glad that I finally was I mistaken or did I hear Dame finally say he wanted to be traded to a winner?
Dame did say that.
He finally said it.
Wait, I thought, did he? Well, let me take a look at it
Because
again.
everybody else is advocating for him, and he ain't advocating for himself. And listen,
Wh-
I'm gonna tell y'all something. For myself, this is very problematic to me in 2023. This it's a little different for me. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe it's a different story. But what we are today is we have so much transparency. We know so much about the way our country works today. We know so much about business and how business works. These guys are. This is their job. They are going to work. They are being picked to go to go. Many of them to go on their first jobs. These are jobs. They are not ownership. These are employees. Okay, let's keep it real. And they don't get a say about where they go. As you see, they get picked.
Let me read
Unlike
this.
you and I, who get to go pick and choose where we want to work at. Okay, they just get to choose to work in a profession, and then where they go, as we know, gets chosen for them for the next so many years. So this is a very unique job that they're getting. See, and so the fit matters, and what you do matters, because this is business. This is the profession of the professional basketball. So Dame and all this loyalty, I want to stay with. Kobe didn't want to stay with the Lakers the whole time. He tried to leave too, and he almost went to the Clippers. Okay, but it worked out for him to stay. But all this loyalty to a LLC, coming into a job loyal to an LLC, man, stop it, stop it. So Indiana picked Koulibaly. Okay, the boy that got some shine because of Vincent Wembanyama played over there with him.
They say he got a little Giannis in this game.
Yeah.
And he's still growing. I think he's the youngest player in this draft.
Yeah, he is still growing.
Coach 305 says, where would be a good spot for Dame if he wanted to be traded?
Miami.
I agree. I'm glad you said Miami, because I was just thinking that.
Hey, look, Tyler Hero. Who needs a hero? Nobody. Miami don't need a hero, because they already made it to the NBA Finals. Okay, and the reason they lost was not because of Tyler Hero, because nobody needs a hero. So they can let him go. Let him go. Okay, and bring and trade Dame. Let him go down there and play with Scoot and Anthony Simons and them. Had that three game Chauncey with the 3-guard rotation. Chauncey know about that 3-guard. Had him down there in the 3-guard.
And one more thing to add on to it for Miami, you get Dame and you get a legitimate 7-footer, 7-foot plus defensive ace. So you could put Bam at the 4 if you make the finals to play bigger teams.
Facts.
Because in the finals, no one's talking about, everybody's talking about, oh, well, you can't stop Jokic. Of course you can't stop him. But the fact that there wasn't enough front court size to slow Jokic down, that was the main problem.
I mean, DJ, slow him down. He led the finals, the whole finals, in points and rebounds and assists for the first time since the history of this thing. They wasn't even close to slowing him down
at all. Put Bam at the 4. You see my point, 305? Put Bam at the 4. That's gonna help a lot.
Facts.
They look too small in the finals.
They was too small in the finals. Look like Gulliver and the Lilliputians.
I'm saying this right. I'm putting it in the air right now. If the Miami Heat get Damian Lillard and they move Bam at the 4 and they get a legitimate 5 that with size, of course, within 3 years, they will win the finals. If they keep it all together and they add height and size.
I say DJ, maybe 2 years.
That's even better.
Because if they get somebody like, if they bring Christian Woods in.
What about Miles Turner?
Miles Turner probably going to end up at the Lakers.
Yeah, I can see that, because they won't give him a bag. Yeah, Christian Wood wouldn't be bad. He's a floor spacer.
Yep.
Longer block shots.
Yep. Can play in the post. See, because the thing of it is, you ain't trying to stop Joker. You're just trying to make him work. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Bam had a great final.
It's just that he's not 7 foot plus.
Right. He's small. He's too small. Exactly right. I can shout out to Caleb Martin, for what he did in the playoffs. Wow, did he make Charlotte look like an amateur organization or what? I mean, he looked like where the hell has he been? And he over there been in Charlotte all that time doing nothing or little or nothing. Need J. Cole to speak on his behalf to Miami so that they'd even give him a look. And then they did give him a look, and look at what he does. Wow.
You know them
See, I
nerves are.
think. I think. That Dame get going to Miami would help them so much because people got the NBA because it's a business. They put their narratives out because they always trying to look out for their organization. I get it, but some of them narratives are just stupid and don't make no sense. And the one that don't make no sense and is silly is that this free agent thing they kept trying to push. Free agent, look at all these free agents we got. Free agents, man, shut up with all that mess. That's not the way this thing works. Okay, so stop acting like these ain't players. Stop acting like these players didn't come from where all other players mostly came from because they did, and it's just that y'all didn't pick them. Okay, that's all. That's all that means. Y'all missed on them. That's all that means. And we see that with Charlotte. All them draft picks that they brought in and rolling them through the damn Greensboro like that's some type of real proving ground. Okay, doing nothing, wasting talent, and don't know how to develop nothing.
With the 8th pick, the 2023 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Jarris Walker from the University of Houston.
Yeah, H-Town.
All right, congratulations there, Jason Walker.
Of course, we know is going to Indiana, as our Adrian Wojnarowski just reported. All of his stats, he's a winner. They all went up in the NCAA tournament.
He's on his way to Washington. Washington doing some big things. How about Jordan Poole and the Chris Paul? I mean, a DJ and family. How long is Golden State gonna suffer for not taking Melo?
We told them this.
Huh? How long
Hey,
how long you think how long they gonna stay in purgatory? You think?
Decided come off the bench to let.
They got Chris Paul. They think they about to win it all now.
I mean, come on, man. You have got to be kidding me. Chris Paul is your answer? Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. No, and see, look, Lacy said facts, Coach Steve Kerr destroyed their future. Absolutely. And that's the reason why the general manager left. You listen, when you make a boo-boo like that, family, don't get it twisted. When you mess up a 1, 2, or 3 pick and you're a winning organization and you get one of those picks, that's good. That's like a slow ball pitch, a slow ball underhand pitch to a major leaguer, getting ready to knock the crap off of the cover off of it. And you mess that up, you are not gonna last. And they messed that up over their feelings, all in their feelings. And now you then shifted that boy alone. Now Jordan Poole ain't worked out. That situation is screwed up. And now you bringing in Chris Paul to do what? Make them smaller? You have got to be kidding me.
No one talk. Hey,
I mean, everybody getting bigger and y'all getting smaller. You're right.
As a Laker fan, Coach, we root for LaMelo because we LaMelo holics. Wherever LaMelo goes, we root for it. But as a Laker fan, I'm not even. That move does not intimidate me at all.
Look, I'm gonna tell you who's mad about that move, who's scared of that move right now. The vertically challenging the Filipino Big Midget League. They saying, damn man, now they gonna take our title. Hey, look, man, ain't nobody in the NBA worried about that.
Yo, Hoop Jargon, I'm gonna send you the link.
Marco Norris made a great point. He said Melo can play with anyone as long as he has the keys. Melo's like Patrick Mahomes. Great point, Marco. That's absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And how am I looking at this young fella right here that's taking the the just from Houston that just got drafted. Ain't none of his family sitting there with him. Why is he up there sitting up there by himself? I see all them people in that room. What is this? DJ, can you explain this Houston situation for me? Houston, we got a problem.
You know, actually, Jarius Rocker, he played basketball for U of H, but he's from Florida. So I don't really know his personal life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did watch him play a lot because you know, TV, local TV here, watching U of H play. Yeah, he's a beast, man. He get a lot of rebounds, just a kind of play like a little bit of a Julius Randle type of play.
Mm.
Monica, thank you so very much. We're going to take a quick break.
It's still quite a few good players. That Cam Whitmore down at Villanova is really nice. That kid from Kansas that can shoot, that's really nice. So
Grady Dick.
it's some good players. Yes. Monica Nutt is looking very nice tonight. Yes, she is. I love that natural hair too by the sister. Looking so beautiful.
Man. You ain't lying. Hey, Hoop Jargo, I got you in the building, bro.
Gentlemen, what's up, man?
Hey. What's happening, Hoop?
Good to get back on the panel, man. It's been a while, man.
Yeah, absolutely. How you been?
we partying like 2020, man.
There we go.
Oh, just real quick, you know, I say y'all were talking about I'm gonna drop a video about this tomorrow, but about the Warriors situation. So I'm gonna give a little pushback about what y'all was saying. I think Jordan Poole, I think that this take is gonna age like fine wine. Jordan Poole is gonna be another Jordan Clarkson, Jamal Crawford kind of guy. He's a higher gun. He's gonna have a lot of suitors. It's almost like and shout out to my guy Between the Game Sports. He said it best. You're good enough to keep, you're good enough to bring on, but you're bad enough to get rid of. And I think Jordan Clarkson more or less is gonna be that kind of guy. So I think the Warriors, to y'all's point, I mean, Chris Paul is rickety. I mean, who knows what you're gonna get ultimately out of him? But at worst, he could be another what's my man Barbosa kind of cat, where you come off the bench and you service that second team. So it's almost like you get better by subtraction, because we all saw Jordan Poole, man. Just he was out of pocket, man, taking bad shots.
Who? Are you advocating for a remix for Chris Paul?
No, I'm advocating for getting rid of Jordan Poole.
Well, that had to happen. I mean, he was turning his head against Steph. He was acting like that. Look, there was a animated, it went around, a cartoon that went around. Now I don't know how many of you guys saw it, where it was Poole and Clay and Steph, and they're saying that they got to do something. And Poole, the character Poole, is telling Clay and them that they need to insert him. They need to, because he's one of the Splash Brothers. And Clay said, "Are you saying you one of the Splash Bros?" He said, "Yeah. What's Splash without a Pool?" And then Draymond comes out of nowhere and punches him out. And Draymond said, "That's why you the punched out pool boy now." Okay, I love that animation. It was funny as hell. Okay, because it was true. I watched Golden State. I watched the disrespect that dude did to Clay and Steph. He full of himself. I want his ass out of that too. But I'm just saying, you went and got an old ass Chris Paul to replace him. Congratulations.
Well, I'm gonna say, Coach. I mean, what you saying not wrong fundamentally. I'm just saying whatever. So I'm gonna give context. When the Warriors got rid of the Lakers got rid of Russell Westbrook. I don't care what they got it for. It could have been for a ham sandwich. I'm good.
Right.
So when we got D'Angelo Russell, I told people in moment, I'm like, listen, the fact that we got Russell Westbrook off the books, it don't matter what we got. That's an upgrade.
Facts.
Shown that was an upgrade.
Facts.
I said this in moment. So
Facts.
I see almost the same thing, because Jordan Poole is a live wire, bro. He's just a guy. It's gonna be hard to rein a guy like that in. And
facts. Especially when you gave him the money already.
You gave him the money already too early.
Yeah.
You won a championship. To me, he's gonna be a boat rider. Like salute to my pops. He called them boat riders, like guys who's just gonna be on team after team after team. I think we're gonna see more of that than him succeeding as being a guy.
And you know what? I'm with you. I'm with you on that one as well. Hoop. It's just that Chris Paul, to me, at this stage in his career, we know what he gonna do. He gonna get hurt and he gonna sit out. I mean, that's what else he gonna do. I mean, this is it now.
What Coach Joe?
You don't get to rewind and have a new body and all that other stuff. No, you don't. You get
That's
what you
facts.
got now, and his is broken.
That's facts. Well, I would say this. No, now he doesn't have to be a starting point guard anymore. So now again, with the Leandro Barbosa reference, now you're just a compliment piece now.
But do you think his ego can handle that?
Oh, he has no choice. You ain't starting.
See, I'm not so sure he wouldn't be a distraction down there. That him and Steph wouldn't bump heads because his personality is just too big for me for him to same with Russell. Russell was the same way. Russell's personality is not a coming off the bench personality. He ain't coming off the bench successfully.
Well, what you say is not incorrect, Coach. I just think just the tangibles.
Mm-hmm.
That Chris Paul at the end of the day is a real point guard.
Facts.
And the problem with Russ is, and I said it in the chat, he never played point guard in his life until he got to the NBA.
Facts.
Never in his life.
Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? It's a disconnect of like, you know, ability and like IQ that's gonna lead to, you know what I'm saying, Russ just being cantankerous by nature because he just doesn't understand the position. I think Chris Paul understands now. He's 36, 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of Jason Kidd. Like, because nobody saw Jason Kidd working for the Mavericks till it did.
Mm.
Oh, okay, damn. Okay, yeah, that's a perfect company for Dirt and company, right? So I think that may be more of that than what Russ is, because Russ still thinks he's that guy at 33 years old, and we all can see the fall off. The fall off is real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just
no,
think
I'm with. Hey, look, I'm with you. It's just that anytime I get a chance to bash on them, skipping Melo for that stupid reason, I'm gonna give him the business.
Hey, Coach Joe, I'm with you. Listen, man, I was one of the first people on YouTube to say the Warriors should draft LaMelo Ball because it's gonna extend their legacy. It would be a seamless fit.
Facts.
I mean, James Wiseman made sense at the time because they need a big, but I was like, no, LaMelo is gonna. Because I saw Clay getting long in the tooth. I saw Steph getting long in the tooth. I'm like, what better person than LaMelo to just learn, kind of red shirt this first year, and then take the reins in about 2 years? And people were saying, but they wanted LaMelo to be an all-star early. Like, damn all that. Have him have the reins to a franchise that know what they're doing, and then eventually he'll put his fingerprints on it. And it just was perfect to me. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody agree with it now, but at the time, it was a very unpopular opinion.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that stream, bro, because I was one of the people that agreed with you. I said, I don't care if I said the Warriors were the only team. If LaMelo started out coming off the bench being a sixth man, you wouldn't have heard any complaints with me because it's Steph and Clay, and he'll get to learn from. He'll be given the keys to established organization. Plus, he would have had a ring. So I saw the big picture.
Bingo.
But see, this is the other thing though too that fellas is that anybody, almost anybody, including Stevie Wonder, ain't gonna complain about him coming out playing behind Steph Curry. But Dante, that dude he was sitting behind in Charlotte, man, that was a travesty.
Oh, you talking about Devontae?
Yeah, that dude right there. Is he even in the league right now?
I think he played for New Orleans last year.
No. He was gone from there.
Oh, where is he? Oh, okay.
You know where he at now? Where he's at that? Where is he now? That's where he's at.
Yeah, I always hated Devontae Graham. So
he ain't got no. You know what he did? He sent Borrego, because you know Borrego gonna be the assistant coach. He sent Borrego the text to bring him back on the team. Pelicans. I know he did. Hey, let me answer this with Slat. What's good, Slat? He said DJ Miller was the right pick. Please tell me what Scoot's generational. Even Coach Joe, who wanted Miller over Scoot Henderson, admitted that Scoot Henderson is a very talented player and is going to make an instant impact whoever he's picking. He was picked by the Portland Trailblazers. Uh, Scoot Henderson has that talent. He was the number one prospect if it wasn't for Wembanyama in most drafts. This is what scouts have said.
Facts.
Scouts have also said that the Hornets would choose Brandon Miller because of fit. So, what I stated about who was the best prospect, that wasn't even a lie. That was the truth. Ownership, it just got reported by Woj, ownership approved of Brandon Miller, the new ownership. That's why they made the pick.
And DJ, if you remember, and the family, if y'all remember, Kupchak said that when he first had his first talk, when they got the pick. He said that he thought that they were now in a position to look at fit a little more than just best player. That right there was him telling you they was gonna pick Miller because he is a better fit.
Spot on. And who, Jordan? You still on?
Yes, sir.
I gotta say this, guys. I'm not sure what Boston was doing. I don't know how you get rid of Smart and Brogdon, and you bring in Porzingis.
Yeah, that's a calculated risk right there. That's a.
I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused. Defensive player of the year, the dude who's your starting point guard, and a guy who was arguably a starting point guard, sixth man of the year, and you don't have, and you get rid of both of them dudes, and you bring in Porzingis. Wow. I have no idea what the hell that was.
It's some on my end. No,
Yeah, I don't get that either. That what Marcus Smart did, he established the defensive culture for the Celtics that they really needed, and without him, they do not have that. And Porzingis, he has health problems. He finally had a healthy year last year, but they were losing.
I'm gonna say this. I think that's just one of them things where you just knock over the dominoes and let them all fall on the ground and rebuild. Because obviously, Marcus Smart is a Texas boy. We just talked about, Texas, a bevy of talent. Out of Dallas, I think he went to Flower Mound High School. It's just that dynamic is dead now. They gotta try something else. And to y'all's point, yeah, Porzingis has shown that he's hurt more than not. So I definitely agree with that. But it's almost like, okay, the way we doing it ain't gonna work. We trying to plug and play this point guard, and they've been doing this since Terry Rozier, bringing in
Since Kyrie,
right? Yeah, since Kyrie, yeah, absolutely.
Since Kyrie,
yes. Then Terry Rozier, and then you just kind of plug and play at that point guard position. They got to rethink that their paradigm. They got to rethink that. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum dynamic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So you bring in a floor stretcher who Gallinari was supposed to have been. He didn't pan out.
He didn't even play.
Absolutely. So I think that's what you're seeing, because I understand how you're saying like it don't make no sense, but it's almost like you got to kind of knock those dominoes off the table and it just rewash.
There's a kid out here that I want to talk about who made a whole lot of noise. Put himself out there, and I'm always got a soft spot in my heart for a player that will take a calculated risk and try to do a little bit more to kind of put themselves out there. And because if it don't work, you could end up with egg on your face and looking like a clown. But the great ones realize that that's a part of it. You have to be willing to be embarrassed a little bit or make some mistakes in order to climb the mountain. So I'm gonna tell you, I hope the Hornets look at Dillon Brooks, because I think Dillon Brooks learned his lesson. I think, and I think he's a hell of a piece on a team.
Agreed.
See, and he could be that 3 on Charlotte.
I like that.
See,
Tough as
Miles,
hell, dude.
you could put Bridges at the 4 and put him at the 3. See, and he can guard all kinds of sizes.
Because he
If
wants
you
people
don't,
who
if
got
you
that
don't
type
do
of,
that, Coach Joe, I will love because I prefer PJ coming off the bench than starting.
Mm.
I would like the Hornets to find a way to get someone youthful age. It doesn't have to be super young, but mid-20s, upper 20s at least, a 4 like
Mm-hmm.
that can complement Mark Williams,
Mm-hmm.
veteran.
Mm-hmm.
A veteran that's young, like 28, 29, around that range.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
unpopular opinion, gentlemen. What if the Warriors decide to let Draymond walk and bring in a guy like Dylan Brooks? How y'all feel about that?
Well, you know what? Bringing Chris Paul in, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you're gonna play the system that you've been playing since y'all implemented it, since they've been playing there, the 3 of them. Because Chris Paul is not that kind of point guard.
You're not.
So that must mean they're gonna blow up the way they've been playing. I don't get it, but you know.
I'm actually cool with them doing it though. Like I think the Warriors need to retool a little bit. Because I mean, Draymond Green defensively still is as efficient as he always been. Problem is he can't shoot no more. Problem, you know what I'm saying? The juice ain't worth the squeeze no more a little bit. And I'm a Draymond Green fan. I've been one since Michigan State. So you may want to rethink. So maybe you take a flyer on a kid like Dylan Brooks, who's younger, who has that same type of mentality as Draymond Green. Now, Dylan can't shoot that thing either. I think we all know that.
Yeah, he can't. But with Draymond though, like I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't mind seeing Draymond on the Lakers.
Listen, man, I think you're more right than wrong.
See, you know, bring Kyrie back. Bring Kyrie back. Kyrie, Hillbilly Kobe, Draymond, LeBron, and AD coming off the bench with Rudy and you know the Christie kid. You know, what I mean.
Yeah,
Schroeder maybe. You know, I'm telling you, man. I like Draymond down there. You know, Draymond has to be with people who can play and who's smart. He can't be around players that's young or low IQ.
right. Yeah, I don't know what fixes my leg because I really got to sit down and just look it through.
We know we're gonna fix the Lakers, getting rid of that malingerer.
Who that?
Why he still got some value, AD.
Hey, I'm big with getting either LeBron or AD.
Well, see, I would say LeBron. I would feel good. I would say LeBron too. I would say LeBron first. But of the old man and the young man, the old man seemed to play with more consistency and more urgency than this other dude.
It's first though, because Coach, I gotta say, when LeBron was out, when we turned our whole roster over, AD was looking damn good.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem though. That's the problem though, Hoop. It's too much of that fool's goal. A little bit here and then nothing. A little bit there and then nothing. That ain't greatness. Greatness is consistency. He has none.
I agree.
And so out of the two, LeBron is more consistent than him, even as much older than he is than him. So I think you can get a lot for AD.
I agree with that. His upside is more. I agree with that. I just don't like when LeBron, this dude shooting 1 for 10 from 3, starting playoffs with 1 for 21 from 3. Like,
oh my God, Hoop! Don't get me started on 26% from the 3-point line, and he out there hoisting logos.
That's crazy.
Oh my God! Don't get me started. Oh, don't get me started on that.
So I mean, he's gonna be a year older, man. Listen, man. In real life, I'm 39 years old. LeBron James will be 39 next year. Listen, man. Your body just don't work how it used to work no more, man. And LeBron is not immune. Like, what are we really waiting on with this guy? And not say he ain't great. And I say I got LeBron James, number 4 greatest player of all time. I got Kobe Bryant, my favorite player, at 11. So no disrespect at all. But I see what he is.
That's
Go
some
ahead.
facts. I want to say shout out to Juwan Howard's son, Jet, getting picked by the Magic.
Nice.
Wow, yes.
Nice.
Juwan Howard, yes, yes. All right. I'm happy for that. I don't know why Orlando picked him. They got so many doggone draft picks. I guess they just throwing darts. Just wherever it land on. Because they got so many picks, it ain't even funny, and so much young talent. I don't know what they're gonna do. But anyway, I'm happy he got picked. The young man got picked.
Absolutely.
Coach Joe, you been in your bag today.
You-
I'm like, man,
you-
we gonna skip. Hey, this is what happens when we skip lives. Damn.
yes, we've been and LaMelo gonna be back. I can't wait for the season, guys. I'm telling you, DJ, I'm gonna talk to you about this. Some new stuff I'm want to do. I want to run it by you that we can do for the new, because I think Melo gonna come out much healthier, much bigger, ready to go, seize in the moment like he always has, and I think he's gonna have a team. Finally, have his team. He gonna finally have his team. I think.
Yep. Which is about right. But about year 4
Being an
is
NBA
when you get your
professional is
team.
one of the things
Yes.
you know when you begin and you know the journey for yourself. What's your
A
best
shout out
advice
to
for your
Casey
women in your
Wallace, man, brother from Richardson, Texas, out here outside of Dallas, around Dallas. Played at Kentucky. Another Texas kid, drafted by the Dallas Mavericks. So he'll be playing at home.
At the crib.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And shout out to John Calipari. I know he got a lot of haters, but John Calipari, he gets them ready. And if you look at the Kentucky players that come in, even if they don't become stars, they become useful role players that get a bag.
It's a dream come true. You know, when you have a
Hey,
child,
and DJ, you definitely know how I feel about John Calipari. I think he stinks. But he's a great promoter. Like
Yeah.
Barnum of college coaches, and I ain't mad at that, man.
so happy. That's all I could ask for. You know, college
Mm-hmm.
was
Some would say that's kind of on some Coach
every
Prime
mom
stuff.
wants their child to go to college and to
There's some
pursue their
similarities.
dreams.
Yeah.
But this is like icing on the cake. I'm so
Hey, what y'all think about Jello's got a baby now, following his big brother's shoe?
uh, power to them. I'll say this. At least she's not like Mariah Mills.
Oh man.
Hey,
Mm.
Mariah Mills she done messed the bag up. Here's how dumb this chick is. Zion, because she revealed the text, was still giving her money the week before she went crazy on social media. All she had to do was be the side chick. Show up when Zion shows up, you get a bag. But she did the number one mistake. You cannot fall in love with your clients when you do that business. And guess what? Elon Musk done suspended her account.
Well, she's actually back, but all her those tweets got deleted. All of them. Maybe it's
Making
her own
threats.
position. Go ahead, DJ.
But here's the thing about Zion. What he needs to focus on, he has two addictions that's slowing him down.
What, biscuits?
Food and
Yeah.
broads.
Well, Zion is a butter biscuit away from 350 pounds.
There you go.
So he needs to get on a nutrition plan and work on his fitness. I was worried about that because I know how New Orleans is. You can get them beignets and that food in Mardi Gras, that can fill your belly. And the other weakness is tricking.
Yep.
I know y'all don't want to admit this, but Zion was tricking. When you paying chicks with a total of 100K, that's not good. When you got all these beautiful women out here, beautiful women everywhere. You could go to Walmart and see a beautiful woman. You could go to Home Depot and see a beautiful woman. She could go to the library. So he needs mentorship, and he may need to be traded, change the scenery, because this is not it. That's just what I believe.
I'm gonna say this: all these dudes are doing this. Problem is he's sloppy, and she pointed out
That is true.
She made him. He made her sign a NDA, but he didn't even check it. She put a fake name on it, so which means you're not being prudent. And I know a girl, one of my homies. She's been on my channel before. If y'all go through the archives, y'all can figure it out. She's dealt with multiple NBA dudes, and these dudes trick, and dudes who you wouldn't believe trick. And I've been knowing her for about since 2014. She's a thick white girl, and dudes like thick white girls in the NBA. And he just was sloppy. He's very sloppy. And I mean, the guy's what 22 years old. So I mean, what can you expect if you're not being properly advised? And I think that's his main thing. That's his main thing. So if he ever fixes that, he can be all right, because these dudes be serious on these NDAs. And I tell you, some of your favorite players, some who may be scoring champions of the world, do the same thing. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So just saying, man. Just tell you what hoop jargon know.
You said it best, man. But I tell you one thing, the other athletes who do trick around and spin on chicks, right? They ain't spending the Zion bread that he was spending, man. Most of them.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
I'm like, God damn, you gotta put a budget on it. I ain't judging it. You gotta time it out. You gotta do it like every few months or so. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Yeah, like if you go to Miami, this girl, like, man, I've been wanting to such and such for a long time. Okay, I'm gonna spend on her. But you gotta be smart, like you said. These chicks ain't. They just signing the NDA and not putting their names on it. And you gotta get a lawyer. You gotta be smart with it.
Yep.
I like to. I'll switch gears a little bit if y'all don't mind. We hadn't talked about the Bradley Beal thing going to Phoenix, and now Booker and KD and Bradley Beal down there, and what that's going to look like. And 8-2. I mean that's they got a heck of a payroll down there that they're going to have to deal with in Phoenix. I haven't really. I don't really know how I feel about that trade yet. I'm still kind of looking at that thing there. Is Campaign gonna be your point guard, or I mean, who gonna be the point guard? I mean, Bradley Beal is not a point. He hasn't been a point. He's been a traditional two guard, and really in a very traditional kind of role as well at Washington all these years. So I don't. I mean, I get the talent part and all of that, but it seemed like it was a reaction to not being able to score. And that's why they made this move with when the playoff there, when they was shut down and KD was getting pushed around and Booker was getting doubled and and still doing his thing, but KD didn't look like himself. I think that's what it was, probably missing Bridges, missing Cam Johnson, missing all them players they let go. That went down, because you need a team. You need them Michael Porter Juniors and Browns and KCPs. You need them dudes and Gordons. You need them other dudes to play important roles. Reeves and Hachimura. You need that. So they didn't have that. So I think they made that move kind of in that way. But I don't know if that's to me that's a fit. What y'all think?
I think with DJ, if you want to go, your show.
Oh,
all right, I'll hop with it. I think, yes, absolutely right. You need the guys to be, on the same page. You need guys to have cohesion. And I think with Phoenix, and I said it before it happened, I mean, the Phoenix played only 10 games together with all 5 starters. That doesn't bode well to playoff success. And I know people don't want to hear it because, everybody, hate Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant. Because he gets talked about in the LeBron James spirit. So people going to want the same results as LeBron from KD. So I understand that people weren't trying to hear it. But reality is reality, man. If you don't have continuity, you're not winning. And that's what made Denver so good, because Denver knew who they were. They played within themselves. They played team ball. Nobody was out of pocket except MPJ. MPJ going MPJ. Other than him, everybody knew their place. They knew their position, and they played it well. With Phoenix, Chris Paul being out, with KD being out, you're just not going to get that team cohesion. So you can't just turn it on. So it just wasn't enough games played together. So going forward, it's almost like you said earlier, Coach. They got a lot of overlapping talent, 2 to 3 guard talent. Well, KD could possibly slide to the 4, but I don't love a team with KD playing the 4.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
no.
you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. And I just wonder how they're going to fill that roster out because as of now, I mean, name talent, yeah, they got that. But as far as talent that meshes together and that's going to lead to championship level basketball, that remains to be seen.
I mean, because that has to be the only reason why. I mean, you add that much salary to your team. Okay, you have to be. The idea has to be, we're gonna be trying to win a championship.
Yeah,
And so, and going back to Zion, just quickly into the
Right.
basketball aspect of it, I wanted to just say that I think it just really hurt Zion that that when he was drafted to New Orleans, there was really no veterans really there. There
Yeah.
was nobody really there to help and show him and mentor him, and show him kind of from a holistic kind of standpoint, meaning the mentoring is reciprocal, meaning that the young guy wants it, not that it's being forced on him. Okay, or he's being relegated to listen to some guy who just happens to be a veteran, and just been on the team through attrition. I mean, I ain't talking about that. He ain't never really had that. And clearly, his family and the people around him, they don't clearly know what they doing either, because this could not be going any wronger for the start of Zion's career, with the promise and all of the hype and how good he actually is when he's healthy. All of this stuff is counterproductive against him being successful. So I'm just hoping something, and maybe a new environment, putting him in an environment around some other dudes who he would listen to, or I mean, hey, he go down to Charlotte, he got Michael Jordan to listen to. I mean, Michael might not be in that role anymore, but he's still Michael Jordan, and I'm sure he would still have a few, good things to say that could help him. But now Aiden, again, that's a lot of payroll. I don't know what they're gonna do with all that payroll.
Agreed.
yeah. The difference is when LaMelo was drafted, even though they had a young locker room, LaMelo's team behind him with Jermaine Jackson. That was always helpful for him.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
having a family that been through it, having
Mm-hmm.
a brother that been through it, and
Yep.
Lonzo to know what
Mm-hmm.
to expect, what to do, what to not to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I know I want to admit this: fatherhood is important. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Zion is a stepfather,
Bingo.
but no matter what y'all said about LeVar, he was in his life.
No, he's huge in his life. Yeah, daddy in his life makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference, man. Listen, man, I just had an opportunity to see things from a first bird eye view of how LeVar rolled, and it does matter. It does matter. You know what John Morant there was said to say, like, man, what can I tell a kid who make X amount of $1 million? So you can, because we got a lot of parents who got this friendship with their kids. And you don't want to upset your kids. You don't want to be out of pocket. You don't want to, you want to have a relationship with them. But it's almost called like being like a tiger parent. And you know what? Tiger parents get the best life results out their kids, man. You can just dispute it all you want to, but when you preside over your kids, you teach them life lessons, and you're hard on them, kids generally will meet expectation. But when you just so cavalier and you loose, you got them learning on their own. And what they say, smart people learn from other people's mistakes. Smart people learn from their mistakes. Um, Intelligent people learn from other people's mistakes. So when you don't have that counsel intact, you get a mixed bag of results, man. And that's kind of what we're seeing with Ja, and that's kind of what we're seeing with Zion. You know what I mean? And the old school say, man, well, don't come out and rinse, come out and wash, man. It is what it is.
Josh's situation to me. Speaking of piggybacking on what you're saying, who I have children. I have 5 kids, as a matter of fact. And been around them all, the little ones all my life, and still around little ones all my life because of my youngest still in it, in the fight, if you will. And it's difficult today. I mean, I will say this. You know, my older kids are, my oldest son is just turned, he hit 43. My oldest did. My oldest daughter just turned 34. So and my youngest is 11, and I got a 16-year-old. So I'm seeing generational differences from how I raised my younger kids when they were coming up, and how the world is today with my kids that are in school today. So it's different. So my heart goes out to the parents and to everybody out here that's trying to do that. It's a difficult situation. Ja to me um, is just one of these kids who. And I know the kind of kid he is. I can see it in all of his mannerisms and everything else. That wants to kind of be liked in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and believes in loyalty and all that kind of stuff. You've been around with me, you know what I mean. And when these guys take this job here with these professional leagues, many of them have to cut off many of the people that they grew up around. And that's a difficult thing to do. That's not an easy thing to do for a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, 21-year. That's not an easy thing to do.
Agreed.
So my heart goes out to them, and I hope Zion gets it together. A change of environment may help him if he can go to some places where there's some people that are working toward the same kind of thing. Zoe was there when he got there, but Zoe had his own problems. Let's be honest. Zoe wasn't. I'm not talking about that kind of a mentor. Zoe wasn't that kind of a mentor. And T, for good, bad, or ugly, whether somebody likes it or don't like it, he decided what his role was going to be with his son and his son's life. And I'm not in their life, so I'm not going to judge it. But I will say this though, that is very problematic. This behavior that Ja has engaged in, and I'm hoping that a shift changes. Darius, this kid that Charlotte just drafted. I would be wrong if I didn't say this. I am not at all happy about what happened with that young woman, that young lady being shot. That situation that he was involved in. Because I'm gonna say this, and I believe it's the truth. Okay, if he doesn't, I don't understand how he doesn't get prosecuted in any way.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't get this at all. The only way that he doesn't get is that the powers that be, the money people, and it seems like they stepped up. The money people did step up. Okay, so some law enforcement agency is going to get some new toys. Okay, get a nice little grant. Okay, because this makes no sense. This kid had a gun that he owned that he gave to another kid, his teammate.
Mm-hmm.
That he knew was that they had some beef. There was some beef going on. Now he may not have known what the beef was because he wasn't there, but he certainly knew what the beef was when he got there. And the teammate texted him and told him he needed his gun. Come on, this isn't algebra. This is basic math. And so I hope this kid learned from his second chance, because he's getting a real second chance if they not prosecuting him in Alabama.
Agreed.
Whoa. So, I'm hoping he won't be another job, that he'll learn. And he seemed like from me listening to, that's one of the reasons I advocated for him and wanted to pick him, because I really looked at him and listened to a lot of his interviews and listened to his family. I tried to get as much information as I could. And he seems like he's learned his lessons. His lesson already. He seems like he learned that lesson really quickly. You better make sure your circle is Cheerio small, buddy.
Agreed. And I just think from me being a teacher for 4 years in lower income areas, man, like I'm only speaking from what I know, me personally not being a father, but being an educator, being a coach at
Yes.
school level, you definitely see when parent involvement is at a certain premium, you see different life results out of kids.
Right.
And my last batch of kids, about 23 years old, right? And it damn near affirms what I saw in 2014, last time I was a teacher. like you can see the life results pan out from the kind of parents they had. Because I mean, we had they call open houses regular. So
Mm-hmm.
all the parents who would come and the ones
Mm-hmm.
who wouldn't. We have like just the sports games, the parents that will come swiftly to pick their kids up, the ones who wait to the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
And rest in peace to one of my kids, Kyron. He was one of the kids I'd take home. His parents didn't show up.
Mm.
So, you know, he no longer with us, died at 18 years old. But I had to take him home because his parents wouldn't come pick him up.
Mm.
So, you know, to me, I come off brash, but I see how these things play out with these kids' lives. And
Yes.
it's correlational. It just is, man. And so
Facts.
when I see negligence, man, just like, man, but that can really lead to your kid not making it home one day.
Facts.
I mean, we all gonna not make it home one day, but at 18,
Prematurely not make it home.
absolutely. 21, no,
Facts.
there's no way.
Facts.
Yeah, so you know, it's just, you know, it's crazy. Now I know that's the extreme part of it, but I'm seeing my kids who has so much potential. But again, some of those late parents, they still trying to figure it out at 23, which I mean, it's not bad at 23 trying to figure out, but they got a few strikes against them. Because you know, kids now that they post everything. They posting
Mm-hmm.
races, they posting them getting jammed up in trouble. I'm like, you shouldn't be having legal trouble at 23 years old, man.
Facts.
You shouldn't have this at 23. That's not normal. So I'm talking girls and boys here. So, you know, I just kind of like, you know, I ebb towards, well, I give parents like LeVar a lot of credit. Because sometimes you got to get on them a little bit, man. And you get on them because you love them.
Facts.
The girl ain't going to show no love to them.
It's a fact.
So that's just how I look at it a little bit.
Just give me an update. Jordan Hawkins was selected by the guard from UConn was selected by the Pelicans. They're at number 14. The Hawks, Atlanta Hawks, that is going to pick next at number 15. Utah after that at 16, and then the Lakers at 17.
They showing highlights here. This kid from Connecticut and comparing him to Ray Allen. What?
Rip Hamilton. Oh, Ray Allen, I see it.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Rip Hamilton and Ray Allen, because you know they both came from Connecticut.
Sign me up.
Yeah,
Wow, that's some big shoes. They just showed two of them dudes there, and see they didn't reduce Ray Allen to a 3-point shooter. Ray Allen could could score at 3 levels when he came out.
Absolutely.
Get out of here with that. He's just a 3-point shooter mess. No, he wasn't.
He was compared to Kobe early.
Facts.
Him, T-Mac, Vince Carter, and Paul Pierce and Kobe were all in that same little rat race to be the next Jordan.
Facts.
Vividly.
And I had a couple little experiences with Ray. He was a good kid. But I watched that thing close up. You know, young players and dealing with coming into our kids coming into this environment that they don't really know anything about. Okay, they don't really understand the business of what this sport is and how you have to manage everything, in order to successfully navigate this situation here, this professional sports. With all of this money and responsibility and spotlight, you need a good support system. You need people around you who you trust and who trust you. It's not an easy thing. And so most of our kids go through this and navigate really well, exceedingly well. And so that's why it warms my heart. This is one of my favorite parts of sports. It's NBA draft night. I love it just to see the smiles on the parents' face and the kids' face, the tears, because I know what it took to get to here. I know what this means to them. And how this has been a dream of blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of sacrifices to make it to this level.
Agreed.
A lot of sacrifices to make it to these leagues. So my heart goes out to all of the young men and their families.
It's like graduation day, the pomp and circumstance moment. Yeah, absolutely.
Commencement, absolutely, which means the beginning, because that's what this is, the beginning of their work career.
Mm-hmm. And it's a hell of a stride to change.
Facts.
first started teaching, I was like, man, I had to take a whole other life stride. This coming from a guy who played Division I basketball, who I knew what work was, but it just is work in a different capacity. Well, I guess to make it more relatable, when I started playing ball overseas, it was different than college.
That's exactly right.
Like
more like a job, huh?
I'm the highest paid American. It's so all that don't bash a kid sentiment, that's out the window. Oh, getting treated like I'm I gotta be Jordan. Different, man.
That's because they expect that from you. You getting that paycheck. See over there, that paycheck's supposed to be commensurate with your importance on the team.
Absolutely.
And when your production.
Leaders, what your reason is why you ain't have 30 and 10?
Facts. That's a fact.
I don't care what you had a bad night sleeping because you're away from home and
right.
You just hate living in Portugal. You hate
right.
Well, I hate living in Switzerland. I like Switzerland. I like Germany too, but
look at Juwan Howard getting another one of his players picked in the first round. I love it. Coming out of Michigan, the second one, Kobe Buffkin. Yes, named after Kobe Bryant. Yes, indeedy, baby. Going to Atlanta. So you know that means they moving one of them guards down there.
Who you think moving?
I don't think that the organization likes Trae Young. I think they bet on him in the beginning. I feel like they believe they roll the dice and they believe that he ain't came through. So I believe they done with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Coach. I don't like small guards being your best player. I'm gonna just mirror that sentiment to the cows come home. Trae being 6'1" at best, he kind of mimics that Steph Curry model, but with just slightly less IQ, a lot of less consistency, and not a system that is as beneficial. So it's just like, what can you really do with that? DeJounte Murray, man, I've always liked the kid, man. He played hard, he played the right way. Him and Pop ain't meshed properly. I don't think individually DeJounte Murray will ever be what Trae Young can be as far as profile. But we're just talking about you just building a team with the right pieces. I would kind of go with DeJounte Murray.
I would too, because he can defend and he's bigger and he's longer.
And he's long. He got the proper game.
Got more a game that's more suited to doing a lot more things at the pro level.
Bingo.
If Trae Young ain't hitting threes, he's problematic.
Bingo.
And he's a constant, no fault of his own. He's just vertically challenged.
Yes.
He's a pick and roll, a defensive nightmare. They find his ass wherever he on the floor and put him in the torture chamber.
Well, Coach,
and he can't do nothing about it, can he? Who?
Can't do nothing about it.
Nothing.
I'm one of the few Laker fans that do not want Trae Young on this team.
No, not at all.
He's not playing the Laker defense. Doesn't care about defense at all. And they used to trip about. They still do. They trip about LaMelo's defense. LaMelo is a better defender than him.
Facts.
It's not even close.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people like who they like, and I try to get caught up in that. I don't get caught up in the who like this. I'm like, what do I see? What do I see with this player? My likeness be damned. What do I see with this player? And when I watch Trae Young, I just, like Coach Joe just lined out, it's a guy, if you're not hitting threes, I mean, his assist game is good, quote unquote, but from that ISO game, which I think those are kind of inflated assists when you play so much ISO ball. I don't give a premium to that. But when you play organically, and I give an example, like Tony Parker, he never led the league in assists. But one of the best passes I've seen play basketball.
Facts.
He knows situational awareness. He gets the ball in that scoring pocket to guys in a timely fashion and not just ISO. Oh, you open, let me hit you. It's like, let me hit you with the best advantage for you to get going, because I can get going later, driving to the basket. I can get going with the mid-range later. That's, to me, what a true facilitator does, and I don't see that with Trae Young.
I'm with you. But I also just add to what you're saying, Hoop. is I also see, you know, the game has changed a little bit. You know, Steph is not a traditional point guard by any measure.
Agree.
You know, but he's a point nevertheless. And there are very few that are still like Chris Paul and the boy in Miami, that comes off the bench,
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry. Just, you know, very few of them. And Trey, you know, he's never had the tools to do what Lowry could do, and he's not as good enough to do what Steph can do. So I think he's stuck. Marco says Trey wants to be a villain, but you can't be that small with that attitude. You can't, Marco. You can be that small with that attitude and be the villain if you got the heart to match it.
Yeah, you can do it, but
I mean,
you gotta do it.
Lowry's been doing it for how long?
Hey, Allen Iverson kind of had that.
Allen Iverson did it for how long?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Oh yeah, Isaiah Thomas did it.
Absolutely.
Tiny Nate Archibald did it. Calvin Murphy did it.
Yep.
Muggsy Bogues did it.
Yep.
Woo! At 5'3".
Nate Robinson, you know, for it to be a
Nate Robinson. Facts.
That's a football player. That's a football player that played in the NBA.
Facts.
5'7", man.
Facts. Little rubber ball. Looked like Tariq Hill.
Yeah. Just swole, just
swole.
Looked like he came out the womb swole.
Yeah. And bounce around the floor like a rubber ball. Super Bowl. Bing, bing.
That kid was bouncy, man. Salute to Nate Robinson, man. Yeah. Yes, I don't know, man. Like, you know, hoop jargon don't like tweeners. Hoop jargon don't like small, score first point guards. And you know, I just think when the rubber meet the road, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna just, no matter what, I'm gonna get mine. And going back to Jokic, Jokic's an under rim big, he fat as hell, can't run faster than a toddler. But what he do though? He run as fast as his slow self can run.
Facts.
He's patient. He has a deep 3-point stroke. So the question, what do you do? If nothing else, Jokic's gonna push pace and get his teammates the ball, and then till he find his rhythm, and then you look up, he got 30 points.
Facts.
We start off with 4 in the first half.
Facts.
So with Trae Young, what do you do? Like, what do you just do besides a step back jumper that nobody can contain you on?
Well, occasionally he's pretty good at the pick and roll and throwing lobs, but in playoff situations, those don't work that often.
Bingo.
So you need something in lieu of, and he doesn't really have it in lieu of because he's not strong enough. He's not big enough.
And that's my point. Like, small guards, you cannot physically impose what you do when it's nut cutting time. When referees start swallowing that whistle up a little bit. That's why I don't like James Harden. You know, he's not a small guard. What do you do?
Right.
So after the referees decide that, okay, we're not giving you touch fouls no more, what else do you do? And
right. And it's only a few that can make that adjustment. Ja is the little one that can make that adjustment. Bingo. And Trae Young is not that athletic.
Bingo.
See, so it becomes a problem. It starts looking like stepping on the back of somebody's foot and hurting you. I hurt my leg.
It hurt a little bit, but
yeah. Next thing you know, he in street clothes. Yeah, exactly. That part right there.
That's funny. So I just, it's. I know when you get harsh with critiques, some people think you hating on a player. It's not that.
Not at all.
And I got on a discussion on FYF channel. We talking about, is Jimmy Butler a superstar? I'm like, hell no.
No.
Not even close.
Not even close.
And this is before the final started.
Wait a minute. Maybe I might have spoke too. So did you say stupid star? Or superstar? Oh.
Man, I ain't no Jimmy. I'm just saying, Coach, to your point, I don't see it. Like, because the hate got to match the love. So when Jimmy lost, and I said this before the final started, I'm like, if Jimmy loses this final series, no one would critique him.
Not at all.
Look at Kobe.
At all. As a matter of fact, they'll ask him, where your big face coffee going next?
So that's just, if you're not held to superstar standards, if you fail, you know what time it is. It's going to be World War III. Oh, you couldn't get it done. Everybody loves Jimmy Butler's story because they understand that you're watching a guy overachieve. And that's not what a superstar is. A superstar is winning or is nothing.
Look. Let's keep it real. Hoop. Let's keep it real, Hoop. Superstars are created. They you don't look up on them.
Bingo.
Okay, ain't no oops. Look who we got. No. Jimmy Butler. See, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. Family. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real about this Miami thing. I love their stories, but I hate their story. Do y'all hear me? I love their story, but I hate their story. Okay, I like the idea of people making it from a long shots. I love that. Given the underdog, I love that. But I hate when it's put out there like it's something other than what it is. See, and this whole culture thing of drafting in Miami and I like all that. That sounds good. But tell me how many championships you won without extreme talent. All them championships, Spoelstra, you won. You mean to tell me you had free agents? Or was it LeBron, Mario Chambers, Mike Miller, Ray Allen,
Rashard Lewis, keep going.
Come on, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. I mean, wait a minute. I'm waiting for the free agent name to come up. Did I miss it?
Well, Ray Allen would be a free agent. Rashard
No.
Lewis.
Ray Allen came from Connecticut.
What you mean by free agent then?
The ones that don't get drafted, like Cody Martin,
undrafted. Okay.
Matt Strus,
I got you.
Duncan Robinson. The ones that this narrative they keep pushing in Miami. We the best because we work harder than anybody else. No, you don't. Everybody works hard. So stop that bull crap right now. Okay, I'm sick of hearing that. Well, we got more. We got 7 free agents, non-drafted players. Wait, first of all, shut that up. That just says y'all don't know how to scout. That's all that says is that the people in control of these leagues don't know how to pick talent. That's all that says. Because all of the talent's coming from the same place. Where's all this talent coming from? Same places.
I'm gonna give a little pushback to that because
wait a minute.
They did make
before you do, where are you coming from other than college, G League, or Europe?
Oh, that's it.
So if everybody's coming from there, how is somebody more special than anybody else because they didn't get picked? They're not one of the 30th.
I get what you're saying.
How are they less of a player? This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I get what you're saying. So what you're basically saying is, if you get them through the draft or you get them through free agency, you still draft them through the same pool anyway.
Thank you.
I got you.
You and all of them dudes are coming from the same place. So what are you talking about? All that just speaks to is that y'all lack of really understanding of how to pick. When you've had 2 draft picks every year coming into the every year for the draft, and you're not taking advantage of that, that means you haven't drafted well, and what you've had to do is go get free agents to deal with you not drafting well. And that's what Miami's good at doing since they don't have superstars.
I feel that. I guess my only pushback is the fact they still made it to the finals 2 times in 3 years.
Well, no, wait, but hold on, but we got to look at that in context, though. One of those came under extreme circumstances, right? The 2020, COVID, and everybody going in the AAU ball. Came up that came on the streets, and this year was extreme too because none of the favorites played well. Miami was the 8th seed.
Yeah.
Clearly, those other teams were better than them. They didn't play well. But what happened when they ran up against a team that did play well? They beat them like they stole a ham out of Ralph's.
Right. Well, I'll say this too, though, Coach Joe. What you're saying is not incorrect. But if I'm gonna give the Lakers credit for winning the bubble, I gotta give Heat credit for getting there in the bubble.
No, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they didn't achieve. They did. What I'm saying is that this narrative that you're achieving despite your deficiency is not in I don't buy it at all.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying from the standpoint because to admit that you're good at getting free agencies is a indictment that you don't draft well.
Thank
So
you.
I totally get that. I totally get that. I get that.
Thank you, Hoop. I mean, it's like, come on, really?
Well, I guess so. So here's again about my last. It's not a lot of pushback. It's just kind of like just the ultimate deduction.
Yes.
Which means overall, you know how to put a team together. Now you just may suck at drafting, and you got to admit the fact that you suck at drafting.
Facts. Facts. And stop trying to sell this snake oil salesman that you're really good at this thing called at figuring out this thing called basketball, because you're not. What you really are is you've been very, very, very fortunate, because it takes fortune to win too. You got to be healthy. Things have to fall your way.
Yeah,
I mean, Kawhi. Wait a minute, Kawhi hitting that basket in Toronto. Kevin Durant's little toe being on the line so Milwaukee can go through. I mean,
a whole nother narrative.
I mean, come on, it's a whole lot of stuff that has to happen that we can't control.
I agree with that.
So Miami, I see what I'm saying is I love the fact that they work hard, but you don't work harder than other NBA teams. All them dudes work hard.
For the most part, yes.
Yes, we don't now. When we start slicing and dicing who works harder and all that, then that becomes subjective. But the truth is, you can't play professional sports. No sports professional sport if you don't work hard. Ain't no lazy dudes around.
For the most part, yes. Well, I say this because I seen Scott Williams talk about how lazy Iverson and Derek Coleman were when he played.
Yeah, but he means their attitude. He don't mean it the way they played.
Well, I know he said literally AI with fake injuries so he can just ride the bike the next day in practice.
Well, look, listen again. I'll repeat. I'll repeat. AI understood what it was about. It's about the entertainment in the game. Okay. So these practice dudes that's got out their chests all stuck out because they great practice players. Be as good as in the game as AI, and then we'll talk.
Coach, you ain't gonna argue me, because I used to call them PPs, practice players.
Exactly.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, your boy Hoop Jaw used to dog it in practice when I played D1, man.
Hey, look, hey, come on, Hoop.
I was a gamer, though.
Hoop, it's about when the lights come on. Let's get the nonsense out. Okay. Otherwise, we in the park by ourselves, ain't we?
True.
All right.
But I will say I could have worked a lot harder. I just chose not to because I knew I was a gamer. So
I think you made a calculated decision. You said, I don't really need to push here. I need to do here, and you made a decision. You did it. And if you played and as you did, then it shows that you made the right choice.
I got you. I'm just saying, I know dudes like, I guess, to juxtapose it with Kobe, who was a workout maniac.
Yeah, but Kobe's situation was more preordained than anything else too, because of who he came from and who he came through.
He had the proper grooming, and I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't mean just the grooming. Hoop. I mean, the parents who have that fire. Kobe had parents that had that fire.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, he had Joe Jellybean Bryant as his dad. Like, he played overseas in Italy when he was like 8 years old and things of that nature. Yeah, of course. He had the pedigree. Yeah. So what I'm just saying is, I could see guys who had that drive that was just a little different than me. Because I mean, I was big on like, I got to get my studies out the way. I got to hang with my girl.
Mm-hmm.
I got to do other shit than just hang in this gym.
Uh-huh.
But some dudes are maniacal, man. And
they are. They are, because you have to be.
Yeah.
That's how competitive it is.
Let me give a quick shout out real quick, my brothers. This is real podcast material, man. Talking about who? Shout out to Dextorius Crockett. He said Tyler Hero, Bam, and Duncan all drafts, right? Duncan Robinson wasn't drafted, but Tyler Hero and Bam was.
Right. So the Lakers picked a guard. What the hell does that mean?
Um,
Let me check. Let me check right now. Let me check.
which guard is my question?
Hey, look at it. It's Kyle Feek in the building. What's good, brother? He said, today's just keep being amazing for me. All from all fronts. My home team got a shooter. We wanted Grady Dick because off ball shooting. Yeah, Grady, what he did at Kansas, man. Yeah, his game fits in the NBA. And in this league, you always need a shooter.
You talking about that kid in Kansas that shot 40% from the 3-point line?
Yeah.
With the shiny red jacket on? That kid can shoot, can't he?
Yeah, he can.
What you boys think about your man Pascal Siakam coming out as autistic, man? He learned he's autistic.
Really?
Oh yeah.
He's on the spectrum?
Yeah, he just he said that I always thought I felt different. I've never
Really?
admit to that. Like that was wild to me.
Wow. Well, I'm glad he came out and said it. I'm happy to hear that. He's the second player. You know who else has come out and said it? I just saw a program on him. The kid from LA. Oh my stars! I had while you were saying it, his face was in my head. Who? He played for Milwaukee. Dark skinned kid, can shoot about 6'8", thin.
How long ago we talking?
Couple years ago.
Damn. Shooter 6'8".
Tony Snell.
Tony. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. Not Pascal Siakam. Tony Snell.
Tony Snell.
Tony Snell. I always confuse them dudes because they look.
Okay. Yeah, that was it. You saw the pro. You saw that little bit on him too.
Yeah, I was like,
amazing, wasn't it?
That's interesting, man.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm a former. One of the things I've done in my life, guys, is I'm a former special ed teacher, and so I've worked with kids who are autistic and on the spectrums and different other kind of stuff. That community, and I'm just fascinated by how Tony has been able to navigate all of this high level stuff as an autistic kid, as an autistic man on the spectrum. It's amazing. But you know, Elon Musk admitted that he has Asperger's. That's on the spectrum too.
You know, Einstein.
That he was probably on the spectrum too.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs, I think, was on the spectrum. That's why he only wore one. You know, Steve Jobs only wore a black turtleneck and black pants and black shoes. He had a closet full of black turtlenecks and black slacks. Okay, so and all of that genius came out of him. So there's a wonderful book for anybody that's in the room that is fascinated about this kind of stuff, or the kind of brothers and sisters that come through our world like this. With these, I call them special gifts, because they give them the ability to see the world in a different way than all of us do. There's a book called Born on a Blue Day, and it's a young man in England was the first spectrum person diagnosed on the autism spectrum to live by itself, to be autonomous, and it's a heck of a situation. So now we got people like Elon Musk doing amazing stuff, and he's on Asperger's. So amazing.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about that, because that's definitely something that it's not popular to say, but when you see there are a lot of great people who are on that spectrum. I just never seen an athlete
Facts.
at that spectrum. So yeah, I thought that was a very interesting story.
And hopefully it'll bring about more coming out. Oh, the kid from UCLA. This is the only other pick I wanted, guys, was the kid Jaime Jaquez from UCLA to go to Miami. Now I see it. They picked the right. Now Miami drafted right to me, like they did with Dwayne Wade. This kid is that kind of kid. He's a Miami type player. I know you're familiar with him, right, Scoop? Hoop?
No, I'm not.
The kid from UCLA.
No, I ain't catching.
Yeah, the kid from UCLA with the long hair that play old school. He got the headband. He play old school style. He
Nah.
ain't real athletic. You know what he is? He a smaller Joker without the passing.
Well, that's the element taken away. But
Well, you know what? You know what? Let me say this then. He's a little upgrade from Zach Randolph.
okay.
Zebo. He was like Z. He played like Zebo to me.
Okay. Which I love throwback bigs, me personally.
Yeah, I love Zebo. Zebo could ball. Couldn't Zebo ball?
Man, I love Zebo game. I love DeMarcus Cousin game.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Without a doubt.
I love throwback bigs.
Yes. I mean, Zebo used to put them all in the torture chamber, boy. All them high flyers jumping out the gym, all that. Come on down here. Just come on down here and get tortured. And he just tortured me. That's what Joker does. See, to me, what Joker does, Hoop, is he play old school, but he play old man basketball. So he played with his belly.
Oh yeah, he put that body on you. You know how.
He played with his belly, and all the when you get older, you have to play with when you don't get as athletic, you got to play with your body. Joker plays with his belly, and he perfectly plays with it. That's why I call him Big Baby. He's just a big old baby.
He is smart.
That's Big Baby. I'm gonna tell you, out of all of the dudes in the NBA, I have a special place in my heart for Joker because he was the 41st player pick. Nobody thought he'd be shit.
Yep.
Let's keep it real. And he should have been a 3-time MVP.
Arguably so. That's the doggone show.
Let's keep it real. Okay, and the first player in NBA history of all the championship rounds we played, all the champions they've crowned in the NBA, he is the first dude to lead the finals in points, rebounds, and assists. Man, get out of here.
It's just the way he do it. He don't force it. Like he don't force it at all.
But Hoop, you remember the great ones never force it.
Nope.
That's what make them great. They look like what they doing is easy, like anybody can do.
Well, I made a stream. Well, that I took it down because the audio was bad. But I was like, this was before the final started. I was like, he's the most unselfish superstar I've seen since Magic Johnson.
Say it again. You broke up.
Oh, I was saying. So I had a stream, but I took it down because the audio was bad because I was driving. But I was like, he's the most unselfish superstar I've seen since Magic Johnson.
Facts.
Zero ego.
Facts.
Man.
Facts. And Hoop, I listened to a lot of his press conferences and stuff too, and I'm a huge Joker fan because I am. I love his game. He played to me. He played. He is a throwback to the beauty of the game.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker is that it can, because Larry Bird is a reminder of that too.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't
People disrespect the hell out of Bird. I'm like, y'all have no clue how.
Please, man, that dude was so damn good. Shit.
Scored 42 with his left hand just to show he could.
No. Wait, hold on. How about this? Go into the locker room at the 3-point shooting contest and with your shooting jacket on, and don't even take it off until the rest of them dudes walk in there. These grown ass men, other dudes that can shoot, and say, which one of y'all playing for second? And then go out and beat their ass without taking your coat off. Man, get out of here.
Hey, man.
Man, get out of here. You don't understand what that is, and you don't understand nothing about the Kiss game.
I got Bird number 5 overall, man.
Bird was unbelievable, and I hated him when he came out of French Lick.
Hey, he's unbelievable, man. Larry Bird, a lot of people, and he was ahead of his time because people didn't shoot threes back then.
So it was ahead of his time.
If people see his 3-point percentage, I think he's like 31%. Like, oh, Larry Bird wasn't a shooter. Yes, he was. It's just he didn't grow up shooting a 3-pointer. So it wasn't part of his game. The mid-range was his game.
Facts.
Right? Get to the bucket was his game. So it was a work in progress. As we saw Jordan a little younger, we saw it. He shot like 19% from three his first year.
Facts.
Just horrible. Then he got proficient at it. So you know that's why I don't like these box score watchers when I'm talking basketball, because you don't get, if you don't tell me that you understand context, you're just gonna spit out stats, and that just doesn't tell a story. And more of these stories need to be told about these greats, because to not know the greatness of Larry Bird, you are doing yourself extreme disservice.
Oh my stars! Oh my stars! Oh my stars! You're missing out. You need to go back in YouTube him and take a look at him and examine, and you will see pure genius. This dude was unbelievable in an era where there was very few of him.
Absolutely. And I always say to people, look at the accomplishments. Don't just look at the stats. Look at the accomplishments.
Facts.
That'll give you a better barometer.
Facts.
If you just don't want to go look at YouTube, you'll get a better scope of what that player was. And that dude was an animal, man. And
Animal.
accomplishments back it up.
Facts.
3 MVPs,
Facts.
3 championships, like it backs it up.
because back in that day, we were animals. And we didn't give you nothing.
I can see that.
If you remember, he got into a fight with Dr. J talking shit.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. And Dr. J didn't fight people.
And Bird would cuss you.
You ain't go right. None of that shit. You doggone too. So that's why I'm saying I'm saying this so y'all to understand who we're talking about here. This dude was a dog.
Bird's a dog. So when I heard that Adam Morrison comparison, you know, me and Adam Morrison the same age. I remember him coming out.
Who?
I came out of college. I was just like, no.
Who did you say?
Adam Morrison.
Jim. You mean Jim Morrison? The Doors. From the Doors.
You might as well be.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Shit.
He might as well be. I was just like, no, man. Bird was something else. Only thing they got in common was they were tall, white, and long hair.
That's it. That is it. And he wasn't even as tall as Bird.
Yeah. That's it, man.
Because Bird was 6'9". He was about 6'7".
Yeah, I never saw that. I never saw that. So, but again, man, Larry Bird don't get talked about enough. I got a number 5 overall. I think LeBron at the bubble championship just leapfrogged Bird, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I got Jordan, Kareem, Magic, LeBron, Bird is my top 5. And like, listen, man, these dudes earned those places, man.
What Kobe at?
I got Kobe at 11.
Okay.
Kobe, my favorite player of all time. Like, if in my perfect world, I would have Kobe number 1. And
to me, in my world, Scoop, Kobe's the best player ever.
I feel it.
The best player ever. Kobe was the most complete 6'5", 17-year-old to ever come into the NBA.
Agreed. If you listen to the audience, if y'all get a chance, go look up Kobe in high school. He played the exact same he did. Kobe was crazy. My only problem is, you know, I judge everybody the same rubric. What do you do with the accomplishments and all that? And Kobe just had too many inconsistencies for me to put him up there. But, you know, in my eyes, just Kobe at his prime, can't nobody touch Kobe Bryant to me. But
without a doubt,
I got to hold it to a standard if I'm a judge players, you know what I mean? So, and that's why I got Kobe at 11, respectfully. But, man, anybody know me, bro? I probably got about 20, well, not that's too many. I probably got about 12, 13 Kobe Bryant jerseys.
Okay.
Man, listen, man, Kobe, my guy, man.
Well, when he first came into the league, in the summer league, that's the year I used to work him out, and that's when I got to know Kobe in the very beginning. So I'm telling you, I saw him up close, just dismantle everybody. I saw him at 17, beating pros, college dudes, everybody. Okay. And because I was in the gym at some of the practices early on in them early years with Kobe, I saw how the NBA team treated him. And part of the reason he played the way he played is because it's because of what he had to deal with and all the injuries he had to deal with that he played through. Part of a lot of Kobe's his up and down was the fact that he was playing with always major type injuries.
I agree with that. I also think Kobe had some mental stuff that he eventually got over because he was a powder a little bit.
Yeah. Well, because Kobe was don't get it twisted. Kobe was no different than Jordan. The difference is that he didn't come out of Carolina. That's the difference.
He went his person was Jordan because Jordan was more of an asshole probably than Kobe.
Jordan was more of an asshole than Kobe. Absolutely, but Jordan came from Carolina.
I agree with that. He came from the faction.
And at that particular time, if you remember, high school, coming out of high school was not the thing. It was college dudes.
Yeah, agreed.
And coming from major programs and being an All-American.
Agreed.
And that's what Michael was.
Well, I would say this too, though. I think Kobe had bad bedside manner, and that's what differentiated him from Mike. Because Mike would go out and hang with the guys. They go hit a stogie up, fire up some
In the early days, he didn't hoop. They didn't like his ass.
Well, yeah, but Kobe.
And you know how why I'm gonna tell you that is one of my mentors growing up was on that Bulls team with Michael's early days, Rod Higgins. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and he was one of my mentors growing up, and he was the only one who really was Michael's friend.
Well, fair enough. But Kobe never left that. Y'all going to the strip club, man. I ain't dealing with none of that, which is the right thing to do. But you know how guys are in the NBA, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's part of it's your passion, part of it's your job. And
Well,
the rest of it,
the thing to me that made Michael so special is something that he was born with that had nothing to do with per se basketball, and that's that Michael had his parents, for whatever reason, passed on to him, and then the environment he grew up in fostered in him a sense of being the underdog, a sense of being not wanted, a sense of not being accepted. And so he had that on. He had that thing on his shoulder. And some people, when they go through that, it really fuels their fire. Some people, they can brush it off their shoulder. I don't care what nobody think. I'm who I am. But some people need that, and Michael always needed that. He always was looking for that external thing from the outside to motivate him, to push him, to give him that fire. Kobe had it already. It was inside of him. He was burning with it.
Yeah,
he was burning with it. That's why he was taking on professional basketball players one-on-one in Italy at 8.
Yeah, because his father being a professional.
No, because he was that. No, it wasn't just Jelly who. It's that Kobe wanted to do it, and he could do it. If you ever listen to Brian Shaw talk about those times when because he was over there in Italy too. Brian Shaw was. He met Kobe when he was young too. And listen, and hear Brian talk some of those stories about Kobe when he was young playing. He just had a super confident. As a little kid, he was.
Well, I would say with Kobe too, though. Kobe had Jordan was his muse, man. Literally dressed like him, literally dressing up, showing up with Michael Jordan garb on, like kind of how Jason Tatum does for Kobe now.
Mm-hmm.
Literally putting his tongue out like Jordan.
Oh no, he mimicked a lot of Jordan, without a doubt.
Absolutely, and some people,
without a doubt.
And I'll tell you this, it's kind of weird. And some people didn't like him because of that. I remember that, like being in high school. Some people like, man, he's trying to be Jordan. Like, who cares? Does he go out there and perform? Yes or no? So I remember being like 16, 17 years old, talking amongst other people that age, and that's why a lot of people didn't like Kobe, because they thought it was kind of weird how he was so subjugated to like mimicking MJ. So I mean, he had a rubric to follow. I think all those things are true of what we're saying. But at the end of the day, his soft skills, his personal skills, Kobe, I just think that's why people didn't ingratiate the same way as MJ.
Why do you think it was?
It just couldn't relate to him. I think
and Hoop, I hear you, but I got a different take. Listen to my take. I think that they didn't embrace him because he came too close to Jordan. He was the most like Jordan, and any of these people that in our culture that we have hero worshipped, we don't like people to challenge them. I watched this very same thing go on with Muhammad Ali all of my life when he was doing his thing. When Larry Holmes beat him up and Larry Holmes became the champion and won all them 40-something in a row and was breaking all them records, it was always said he ain't better than Muhammad. Even though he beat Ali, he ain't better than Muhammad. See, people don't like their idols being taken down. Jordan is the first athlete in the modern era to come along with the confluence of technology and the sport, the growth of the sport. Because you remember this, Hoop, like I do. Right before Magic came in, the games weren't even televised on TV, on regular time.
Right.
They came on in the evening. The NBA had a bad reputation back in those days. So David Stern, I got to give him his credit. He had the vision of believing that, of saying that I'm going to bet on the athleticism of the black athlete. That's what we gonna sell in the NBA. And Michael Jordan was the first player that he sold, and it was a smash. And I think a lot of people loved him and loved him for those reasons. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have. And so it was a lot of comers after that. If you remember when Jordan finally made it, there were a lot of comers. Harold Miner, different ones coming along. The next from Jordan, next Jordan. Kobe's the closest one that was to Jordan, and people didn't like him. So I can't tell you how many arguments and fights I got into it during that time in my life. I mean, that time in the LA, my brother, with this argument about Kobe. Me and Matt Doherty got into a real heated conversation at Dominguez High School in the gym over Michael and Kobe. And for those who don't know, Doherty played with Michael in college. Okay, so he knows Michael real well, his game and all that. And I said to him then, Kobe's better than Michael. And of course, he was like, "You lost your mind. How could you possibly say that?" I said, "Well, let's just look at basketball. Ball handling. Could Michael handle the ball like Kobe? No, couldn't. Passing. Could Michael pass like Kobe? No.
I think he averaged more assists than Kobe.
No, I said pass like Kobe. He couldn't. No, he couldn't. Kobe could pass Magic-like, but that's not what the Lakers wanted him to do. Kobe led the Lakers in assists in those first 3 years of the championship season with Shaq. Kobe led the Lakers in assists from the shooting guard spot.
Hey, Coach Joe.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you, because this is a great discussion y'all see what happened. Guess what the Houston Rockets did at number 20?
What?
They drafted Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore is the number 6 overall player. He dropped in the draft to number 20. Shout out to Ime Udoka and company. They are drafting really well. First,
I couldn't agree more. I saw him came across, and I saw the family there, DJ. They were very, very down. There was not the joy that we saw with the other ones. This is the part of the draft that's hard to deal with, sometimes for myself, because you're right. He dropped all the way to 20th. And just for full disclosure, he dropped all the way to 20th. That means his pay he dropped all the way in pay and in guarantee too. So
you said it best. Jokic win at 41. He'd be all right.
Yeah. But no, he gonna have an opportunity. You made it to the show. So when I looked at Hoop, when I looked at just the measurements of what they do, Kobe was a better shooter than Michael. Michael had to develop his shooting. Kobe was a better 3-point shooter than Michael. Kobe had just as good as footwork as Michael when he came in at 17, 18. So I mean, so because of Michael, he grew Kobe's game. Because of Dr. J, because of Magic, they grew Kobe's game. And I believe that when Kobe came along, because of the way defenses were played, he had to fight through way more stuff than Jordan had to deal with to score.
I think for the most part, I don't disagree. My only problem with the Kobe argument is the proficiency.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Kobe,
I do hear you.
The tangibles. Listen, man, I was the guy like 10 years ago arguing that Kobe better than Mike. Trust me, I was that guy.
Yeah.
And then, but that's when Kobe had time.
Yeah.
And then once he started, the proficiency started dropping, and you're not getting it done by hook or by crook, by whatever reason you want to say. I was just like, damn, he ain't better than Mike. Because at the end of the day, because what you saying, nothing you said was incorrect. Just then, nothing you said was incorrect. I would add that Mike was probably slightly a better defender.
He was just a little bit,
just slightly.
Because Kobe was all defense too, all NBA.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So when people talk about LeBron and Kobe in defense, no, you better check this goddamn records.
Facts.
Kobe was in that all defense a lot more.
Facts.
That's just big facts. So it's just the proficiency with Kobe is what holds him back, and the accomplishments hold him back. And if I'm gonna hold everybody to the same logic, I gotta hold my favorite player of all time to the same logic. My screensaver has not changed in 3 years since he passed.
I love it.
That's my guy.
I love it.
But I gotta hold everybody to the same standard.
No, I hear you. And I respect that. Great discussion. Hoop, that was awesome.
Absolutely.
Marco says, "Why be down? Getting there is still a blessing." Without a doubt, Marco, it is most certainly getting there is a blessing. Yeah, absolutely. Whether
Well, I
you
got to
get
cook.
there as a draft pick or whether you get there as a free agent,
When you there, you there.
when you there, you there.
Take advantage of it. God dog.
And let's be real now. I know the pay is different from a top 5 pick to a top 20 pick, but this is a rookie wage scale. So it's not like
Facts.
they're getting $100 million contract and all that stuff.
Facts.
So he got enough time. All he got to do is ball out. He's at the perfect team, the Houston Rockets. As long as he listens to Coach Udoka, and I'm sure he is, hey, he get a big contract like that.
Big talk.
In today's NBA, the metric money-wise, you can be a solid role player and get $100 million contract. Look how many role players we saw getting $100 million contracts.
Yep. Hey, I'm at the drop down, fellas. Thank y'all so much for the opportunity. I'm about to cook. But hey,
Take
man,
care of yourself,
Good
Hoop.
stream, man.
this was awesome,
Thank you for
man.
joining the stream, brother.
All right, fellas.
All right now. Take care.
Brooklyn got 2
Hey,
picks.
DJ, is this the third player from Alabama picked in the first round?
I think it's second. Let me check.
Are you sure?
Wait,
I think this might be the third
Brandon
player
Miller.
picked.
No, it's only 2.
Two. Okay.
I looked at the list. Brandon Miller and him.
Okay.
Man, I wanted the Hornets to draft him.
Who? Clowney?
Colin, yeah. Man, dog, shout out to Flight Sports TV. He said, for the $20 super chat to help support this channel, he said, salute to DJ. This has been a wild night of basketball. It's Miller time. What's your quick thoughts? I'm happy for Brandon Miller. I've already told everyone, and I've told Coach Joe days before, I'm not going to lose sleep on whoever gets drafted. So I welcome the addition of Brandon Miller. They're going to be a taller backcourt. And I know what he's going to provide. He's going to provide shooting and defense. Now, Hornet fans, especially the ones that are mad that don't have Scoot Henderson, I understand. But don't try to compare Scoot Henderson's first year with Brandon Miller. Scoot is more built out. You got to think long-term with Brandon Miller. That can contribute right now. Think of someone that can contribute right now but can grow into an even better player. I'm not saying he's Kawhi Leonard, but you remember when Kawhi Leonard was with the Spurs?
Facts.
He played to his strengths. He contributed off the back, and then once he got to his potential, he started to blossom. So he's going to help with that. Now, it's going to sound like a dead horse, but I'm ready for the trades. We can't have Terry Rozier still on this team.
And Gordon either.
And Gordon Hayward. Some people say, oh, we could just have Gordon Hayward just trade only Terry Rozier. No, both of them have to go.
See, DJ, and this is why I want the family to understand. The reason I say Gordon has to go too. Gordon has 1 year left on his contract. A lot of teams want those expiring deals, and he's got a large number. So they can. This is a very valuable piece. So for them not to use this valuable piece and to let it run out would be. What's the word I'm looking for?
Foolish?
Incompetent.
Oh, yeah, that's even better.
Would be incompetent. Gotta be kidding me. So there's another kid. I wonder if that kid. That kid got picked from the shooter from. I think he's from Kansas. Was he from Kansas? That shooter from Kansas.
Grady?
Is it Grady or Little?
The white guy, right?
I think it was 2 of them. I think it was one at Kansas and one at the one that got drafted was from.
There's a guard from Baylor, Keontae George, that went to the Jazz.
I thought his name was Little. What you call his brother is still available. The kid from Sacramento, Murray.
Thank you so much.
Keegan Murray's little brother's available. He had a good year at Iowa this year.
Really is over.
Sure did.
And we were sort of in the middle of talking about what they need in order to move on.
So I love to see him. I love to see him get picked.
Coach.
Huh?
Brooklyn has back-to-back picks.
Oh, okay, good. Let's see here.
Yeah, look, they have a star in Mikal Bridges. I don't know that Mikal Bridges is a super.
It's almost to the Hornets' 27th pick.
Very clear based on his production at the end of his Phoenix Suns run, and then how he played in Brooklyn.
Yeah, see this Brandon Miller situation. I'm happy for him. I hope he didn't have anything to do with that situation that was going on, and that he's able to and those that are involved are able to heal. It breaks my heart when our people are killing each other.
It does. Gotta have peace in this world, coach. A lot of negative energy out there. A lot of people that are hating on others. A lot of people don't want to help lift each other up. A lot of people who just. I made an oath to myself years ago that I would separate myself from any negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hornets will be picking at 27th. I wonder what they're going to be doing.
Well, let's see. What do they need right now? I mean, because even if, I mean, look, right now they got a log jam. Okay, they still got what's the kid they drafted last year at the two guard?
The
light skinned kid,
Bryce McGowan.
Okay, right. So they still got Bryce. They still got Terry. Okay, now they got the other kid, Miller now. So somebody got to go. They can't can't have all them players still be there.
They got to get a forward.
Yep.
I'm trying to see.
You mean like a wing? Well, I can tell you this.
Yeah.
That Murray kid is a wing. He's a 3.
You talking about Keegan Murray's brother?
Yep, his little brother. And they got him rated 3 right now. He's the second or third player that's the best available to last where we are now. Okay, here we go. Brooklyn got this next. We're gonna see who they picking.
His first pick.
Oh, took a kid from Duke.
Had a lot of question marks and a lot of medical red flags. He's turned out to be a fantastic NBA
Whitehead.
Mark's latest pick is in, but let's head to the podium where Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is ready with Brooklyn's pick.
6'7", 217. Okay.
The 22nd pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Dariq Whitehead from Duke University.
Yeah. Okay. So they took a 2 guard. Okay, another kid who can probably be a 3 and D.
Good height.
6'7". Yep. Good height.
Good solid weight.
Obviously, he can play. He went to Duke. I mean, Sensabaugh is there available? He's a forward that's still available. That the Hornets might have available. The kid from South Carolina, Gregory Jackson, he's available. Leonard Miller. And then some kids that's not even on the that's on the radar here.
And if you need to use these picks to get a better acquisition, go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because all you're gonna do, especially the second round picks, all you're gonna do is just put them in a G League, have them sit there 1 or 2 years, and waste some time.
But you know what, DJ? You know what, DJ? They may have learned their lesson for this because all of those young players that were performing and playing well around the league, and the Hornets getting literally nothing out of their draft picks. I think that the new people coming in recognize that, and now hopefully they'll do something about that.
And shout out to my dog, Big Spell One. Big Spell One, Coach Joe, has been a day one sub since the beginning. He's not a follower. He don't try to follow it. He does his own thing. I respect that. He says, Miller, before I'm going to say what I'm going to say, thank you for supporting the channel to help this channel grow. And he says Miller is a good pickup for the Hornets. A power forward is another need for the Hornets. You read my mind, Big Spell One.
Facts. That's what we're looking
You
for.
read
Facts.
my mind.
Facts, Big Spell. How you doing, Flight Sports TV?
We're getting them late, Coach Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who are listening, make sure to donate to Coach Joe at the Cash App, $basecat. The jewels you heard from him talk about other NBA players, Kobe, Jordan. I mean, this is the type of podcast you listen to when you're a truck driver or just rode on a road trip. You sit back and reminisce. We talk
Yes.
about it all.
Yes.
Oh, this is off topic a little bit. What do you think about those people that was at that Titanic submarine? That's
Woo, DJ. Don't get me
not
started on
one
that
brother
one.
or sister in there.
Mm.
We know
Well, I mean,
better than
first
to
of
do
all,
that.
first of all, they were. I think two of them were billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
So that just speaks to to me that says it all. If you get to that place in your life to have that kind of success and you're making decisions and choices that lead to this type of thing, what can you say? Is that, to me, it's self-explanatory. It's beyond a wow. How you don't have protocols set up and things in place, contingency plans and risk management plans and plans to mitigate any type of problems that could in life. Apparently not. So my heart goes out to the family, the people that are left behind. To have to deal with this tragic situation that probably could have been avoided. This was not something they had to do. Let's be honest. They didn't have to do this. Where's Imani Bates at? Thank you, Late Zeus, for saying that. Imani Bates. Remember I said I wanted him, DJ? I said the other day, I said I hope that the Hornets could get a chance to draft Imani Bates. They should draft Imani Bates. He would be perfect for this pick coming up if nobody gets him.
That'd be the tallest team, one of the tallest teams in the league.
Facts. Chris Murray just got picked by the Portland Trail Blazers. So they just picked Keegan's little brother.
Chris Murray from the University of Iowa.
The Kings were one spot from getting him.
Yes, that's right, huh? Ain't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have drafted his brother. Yeah.
They should have traded up. He could play right away. If that's not a steal, I don't know what is.
No, that's a nice pick. Nice pickup by Portland.
And people talking about Amani, getting in trouble and stuff. I'm not worried about that. A lot of these athletes like Brandon Miller is even into something. So if you are able to draft Brandon Miller, I don't mind them drafting Imani Bates.
That was Imani Bates stuff was to me was school related stuff.
Yeah.
These weren't, to me, life choices, bad life choices, or questionable life choices.
All I know is Imani Bates has top 10 talent.
Facts.
But he had, personal situations going on.
He didn't get along with him and Penny. That situation down there with Penny Hardaway was problematic. That's what happened.
Yeah, and I'm sure Penny was probably losing his feelings and told other scouts and coaches, because they interviewed previous coaches.
Mm-hmm.
How was Imani Bates? He's uncoachable, so
Mm-hmm.
it's tough to get engaged with him. And I'm telling
I
you,
mean, his
I wouldn't
name
be
isn't even
surprised if
on.
that
His
happened.
name isn't even on here, DJ.
What?
When I'm looking through here, as I'm looking at the games, a guy when they're talking about people who are still on the board, I don't see any. I don't see his name at all.
That's crazy.
I know, huh? 8 best, and it's Jay Billis. No wonder it's Jay Billis is available. I forgot he ain't gonna pick. He
Oh
ain't gonna
yeah,
pick Amani Bates. Hell no.
you know how he rolls.
No, exactly, exactly.
If that's
He,
not a game within the game, I don't know what is.
wow, facts, facts.
Boy.
I
They,
mean,
eh,
the draft has certainly changed, boy. Man, on the stadium now, on the podium now is Billis is still there, but now JJ Redick is there.
you know he's not missing out on that.
Mm-hmm. So Portland got 2 good players, Scoot Henderson and Imani Bates. I mean Chris Murray. To me, they did really well. And
Big
Big
Spec,
Spell says also Imani his body hasn't fully developed. Remember, he came into college at 17. Facts.
yeah, he was
And and
classified
and
up.
and, and also young in the mind still.
Lay J says, "Are we finally going to have something to look forward to if Amani actually goes to the Hornets? That'd be a good start. If he goes to the Hornets, they're going to have the most fun summer league. Him and Brandon Miller. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Uh,
Facts.
they're going to be a matchup nightmare because one can play the 2, 3. Shoot, I've seen Brandon Miller at Alabama, and this is just I've seen it in SEC play point guard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying it's not full time. It's just spot point guard. I've seen Amani Bates do it at Memphis, so they're versatile guard forwards, and
So
they fit.
so so Sacramento took a kid from Marquette, Prosper. Olivier Maxime Prosper came from Marquette. Oh, he's from Canada, another Canadian kid. Okay.
24th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Olivier
Almost close.
Yeah. Played at a high school in Mexico. Wow. Speaks 4 languages fluent: French, English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. Interesting. Okay, this kid's had an interesting journey. Can't wait to see how big he is. Look like he might be about 6, maybe 6'9".
Yeah, and he coaches the Big East, and they go.
Memphis got another pick. Coach Joe, I just think, man, they do not understand the addition of Marcus Smart to Memphis Grizzlies.
This
I was
kid
on.
here, this kid here, DJ, he's considered an athletic wing and defender. 6'8", 212. This is what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, that's how
Dudes
you
like
do it.
this. Kids like this. You looking at his highlights, DJ?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, man.
Look
This
how athletic he is. Look at his defensive instincts. Wow.
if I'm telling you, I don't care what Jay Billis and those Shines say about Monty Bates. If they get him at number 27, you heard it first. If they get Amani Bates at 27, man, I'm gonna be the happiest MF around.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. And looking at this kid, looking at his parents, they smile. That's what I want to see. I want to see him happy and smiling. Yes, we made it. Yes. Hold on. They might trade this kid to Dallas. There's a proposed trade to Dallas, apparently. So he might be moving. And Dallas may be trying to look for that replacement finally for that kid that they traded to Brooklyn. You know what I'm talking about, DJ? The kid that can shoot threes and that plays defense. That this kid would play in that position.
Try to remember.
Um.
The leading scorer from Brooklyn when KD.
Well, he was a part of the trade that when all them kids went to Brooklyn, but he
Oh, he
came
played
from
for the Suns.
Dallas.
Dallas. Oh, you talking about Finney Smith?
Finney Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid, I think will be, in that vein. He's like a look like a Finney Smith type player. See, that's what the to me that, Charlotte should try to get in the draft some veteran guys, 6'8", 6'9" guys that wings.
Yeah. Instead of
See,
wasting it on the damn G League,
facts.
give it to some teams. Give those picks to teams that are actually going to utilize it for roster depth. Look at the Denver Nuggets. They acquired extra draft picks, not to send them to a G League. It's because they may lose Bruce Brown and
Yep.
other players,
Yep.
so they can add depth like they did last season when they got Christian Brown late in the first round.
Facts. Facts,
There's
DJ.
a difference between championship teams and teams who just want to think they championship teams, putting team players in the G League, and they're not even developing them.
This is a fact. Just sitting there, wasting talent,
Right.
wasting resources.
And then the players who are in the G League that they draft in the late rounds ain't doing shit. Mark Williams is one of the few players that went to the G League. And you could say Bryce McGowens, but I'm going to say Mark Williams is the one person that he did a stint in the G League, came out. He shouldn't even been in the G League in the first place. Even the commentators in the Greensboro Sorrel Swarm was talking about, can you believe that Mark Williams is still in the G League? That was a game when he had the double-double and the 5 blocks.
Right. And DJ, just for disclosure, family, the dude that they drafted and traded, Jaden Duren, who to Detroit, he was all rookie. He made all rookie, by the way. Second team all rookie team. Okay.
Coach Joe, what do we say in that draft?
They should have kept him, and they should have kept him, both of them.
Because Duren can actually play power forward at times.
Facts, DJ. Then you wouldn't be looking for one now.
You would have had that set.
You would already have that in place, and you would have the salary slot to fit it. See, that's the good part.
Boy, man, this conversation we have with Coach Joe is just only the brightest minds can understand it, man.
I'm loving it, DJ. Just loving it. This is, again, like I said, one of my favorite days of the sports days of the year is the NBA draft, boy. Where dreams come true, boy. Dreams come true. I'm torn with the NFL because so many, guys don't get guaranteed money, so it kind of saddens me.
I blame the union, the NFL union, for that. They don't have a strong union. They get what they can, veteran players, and then they shit on the rookies, and they still don't get anything.
I don't know if you can hear. Can y'all hear that on the show? The background in my house.
No, I don't hear a background.
Good. Okay. So Memphis' selection is in. They taking the kid from Houston.
Wait. Texas, what?
Marcus Sasser. Wait a minute. They took a 6'2" guard. Is that to help him because Ja gonna be suspended for the first 25 games?
He could score.
I'm looking at him. He's dropping them things. And defend. Consensus first team All-American in Houston since 1984. That's saying something.
He could score. He could light it up, man. And he takes pride on defense. He from shout out to Red Oak, Texas. That's where he's from.
So two Houston players, huh?
Yeah, man.
They're showing Calvin Sampson. You see him?
Yeah, they throwing up the H.
Yep, throwing up the H, baby. Houston in the house.
We got California representing Texas. In my opinion, this is not like for all the other places in Texas. But the city of Houston is the most talented city in Texas.
Which city?
The city of Houston, where I'm from.
Houston.
The most talented city in Texas because they don't get all those high-tech facilities like them rich cities and suburbs in Dallas. So those kids in Houston get it out the mud, and that's why they're so talented.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he is a dog. He can light up the basket.
Well, look at this. You got him and Marcus Smart now, huh?
And he could defend a bit.
That's awesome.
He's a scrappy guard.
You know what? I saw that Lively kid picked for Oklahoma City. I wonder what they're gonna do. They got with all this size. Remember they got Chet Holmgren coming back who got hurt, who's 7'2" or whatever. They got the Williams kid that plays center. Now they drafted this kid at the center position.
I got OKC making the playoffs.
I can see that.
And what's that Australian kid again? I had his name down. The 6'8" point guard.
From what school?
No, he's from Australia.
Oh, Getty.
Yeah, Josh
Getty.
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
And don't forget about Dort. Don't forget they got a lot of dudes down there. That's one thing. They got a lot of young dudes down there.
Like, the Oklahoma City Thunder is the type of team. If I'm a head coach, I would love to coach a team like that. Now, just like all teams, they're one of those teams that need a veteran president. They need one dominant veteran president. Because you can't just do it with youth.
Facts. So Indiana's trading this pick to Denver.
Marcus Sasser?
No, the 26th pick. Indiana's on the clock, and apparently they're in talks to trade this pick to.
This pick right here is gonna be another depth piece for Denver.
Wait a minute, hold on. Woj is reporting that the Clippers were going to get Brogdon. But it fell through. Hey, DJ, do you know what do you know about that that league that the Twins came out of?
The overtime.
Yeah, what is what I don't know much about the overtime. What is that league?
I'm gonna be honest. I heard of it. I never watched that league.
Okay.
I know it's weird, but I never watched the league before.
That's a separate league than the G League, right?
Yeah, it's a separate league than the G League.
Yeah, interesting. The overtime league. Wow.
Never watched the league.
Because I'm seeing More ignite players as a best available. Okay, Indiana had some good picks last year. They picked that kid from Gonzaga, who was really good.
Ben Shepherd from Belmont.
Wow, 6'6", 195 from Belmont. You know he got to do something really well, and it's shoot. Look at him shoot. Yeah, look at him shoot. See, when you come from schools like that, these kids are really good at whatever it is that they do. And if he's a shooter, you can believe he can put it up.
From Belmont.
They say he's long and he defends, a young lady is saying. Shot 48%.
That's a good recipe for staying in the league.
Yeah. So here we go, Charlotte. Let's see how they gonna do. Come on, Monty Bates, baby, Monty Bates.
Oh, come on.
I guess we're gonna start seeing some trades here probably toward the end of the week here now.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Man, we haven't had a stream in a 3 hour plus stream in a while, Coach.
In a minute, huh, DJ?
Yeah.
In a minute, huh?
Energy or nothing.
Well, we hanging in there. We doing this thing today. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, I've been excited about the draft and the moves.
Let's take a look quickly at what Charlotte has been doing as of late. Obviously, we know that Michael Jordan is selling the team, but they struggled a little bit recently. They restarted as an expanded franchise in 2004 as the Charlotte Bobcats.
It's funny that the new management has kept it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Star players in LaMelo Ball. Okay, we just built around LaMelo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan overthinking his shit.
Right.
Well, we're just going to continue to build around LaMelo Ball.
Look, I firmly believe that the best way to roster build in the NBA is through.
Okay, here we go.
Specifically, if you are in a small market like the Charlotte Hornets, and the reality is, over the last 10 to 15 years, they haven't drafted well. Some of that has been their own doing.
You must have found out who the pick was, Coach.
Oh, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this.
That's a great young core to build around. This pick is important, though.
Oh, the kid is so happy, man.
Well, Nick Smith.
The 27th pick in the 2023 NBA draft. The Charlotte Hornets select Nick Smith Jr.
Another guard.
Another guard.
Boy, they better be moving some players.
Yeah, but DJ, I mean, even if you move Terry, you still got McGowan, and you still got McGowan. You still was he a point guard?
McGowan was a 2 guard.
No, McGowan was a shooting guard, right?
Yeah.
Right. So right now they got 3 shooting guards. Is this guy? They saying this kid here is a shot creator and a crafty scorer.
Yeah, he's a shot creator. The only good thing about this pick, to be honest, is he's the number 14th overall pick. So they got him pretty good at a good draft range, because he should have been drafted earlier.
Okay, so you think they took best available?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't go wrong, because I always preach, if you're a losing team, you pick best player available. Now, he was a number 3 guard in the country, point guard in the country. He got hurt, and he came through the season later on the season for Arkansas. But he's extremely athletic.
Really?
Yeah, he could slam it on him, man. He's dunking on people and stuff.
Oh, okay. All
He's a
right.
dog.
Well, then I might change my mind then, huh?
Yeah.
I must admit I don't know much about him. They can ready to show it. They can ready to show us. Oh, he's 6'5". Okay, so this is another kid from Connecticut they already got.
No, he went to Arkansas.
No, I'm saying, but this is the kid they drafted a couple years ago. What's the
Oh,
kid?
Book Night.
What night?
Pick up that hat, put it on his head, and to shake hands
Yeah, I'm looking at his highlights. I'm seeing.
as a peer, just incredible. Andrea, tell us about Nick Smith Jr., the player. Oh, Nick Smith Jr., he is a player that lights out from the three-point line, especially when he is.
So Arkansas got 2 picks. Both they guards go in the first round. Wow, that's illuminating.
Actually, Anthony Black's from Texas, but he did play at Arkansas.
Right.
Anthony Black played at Duncanville.
Oh, did he play at Duncanville?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Duncanville.
That was in a flow, and it was hard for him to get into a flow with Arkansas. This is a huge moment from him, and we haven't seen the best from him.
Shout out to Coach Musselman. You know, he does a good job out there in Arkansas, player development.
Get his own shot. Good vision. But what I like best about him, he's got a competitive
Wow.
that is different from most really good players.
Yeah, his mama looked like she about his age. Shit.
Yeah, his mama.
She looked like she about 25 years old. God doggone.
Yeah, oh man.
What those emotions are about.
So much work.
19 years. Hard work. Everything I've been through. And I'm still going through.
That's exactly right. To hear mama saying there's so much time spent. That's right. This is a hell of a sacrifice.
I'm sorry, but I just love Monica McNutt, man. Man. All natural.
I mean, he's put in so much work.
What? Oh, wait. I see who Utah got here, 28.
So much time spent like preparing for this moment. So I'm just, I'm blessed. Like I feel so excited for.
It is a blessing.
Oh, they took Sensabaugh. Okay.
Congratulations,
Kid from Ohio State.
Monica.
That's why I'm not really mad about that pick. Like I stated, and they even said it. He's supposed to be a lottery pick, Nick
Right.
Smith Jr. So I'm sure the manager's like, hey, we can't let this player slide.
Hey, check out what Marco Nuri said, DJ.
He said, Coach Miller said LaMelo will be a big brother to him. He's his guy, and that tells you it's LaMelo's team. He didn't say Terry. That's a good thing.
Hey, Marco. Just so you know, Marco, I'm sitting here cheesing while DJ's reading that. I'm loving it.
I bet you are, OG.
I'm loving it. Because that's what I want. Look, I'm a Melo-holic through and through. I want LaMelo to be LaMelo, god dog it. I'm sick of seeing Ja and Trey and all these other dudes. I'm sick of seeing these dudes. I want to see Melo in the playoffs, god dog it.
That you start to learn later. You learn that, bro. He does that already. He knows what his strengths are. He knows
That's what I want to see. I want to see Melo in the playoffs. I want to see him leading his team.
Uh-huh.
See.
I think he's one of the best shooters in this draft. Mid-range, can get his own.
Yeah, make sure to hit the like button, family. Make sure to share it.
Indiana, the Pacers on the clock now.
Pull the all-nighter tonight
Pick is on the moon.
with the
It is
NBA
headed
draft.
to
Greg
Nuggets.
Jackson is still available, Coach.
Is he?
Yep.
Wow. There's always somebody stuck in the green room, ain't it?
Yep.
Dang.
Wait, I thought Denver was gonna make a pick.
Well, they went to the commercial.
USAA.
Wait.
You were in the military.
But they're
Are they
next.
picking next?
But they're next.
My mom, then me.
I see. Let me refresh this. I see. The Pacers are next, unless they traded for it.
Oh, the Pacers up?
Yeah.
Well, Denver must be next.
What I see is Pacers and
No, the Pacers are trading their pick to Denver, I think.
oh, okay. That makes sense.
It was pending.
That's him showing. Marco Norris said that's him showing respect before he even get there.
Fact, and also it's showing that he's aware of what's going on. See, and this is the natural progression. See, guys, Terry and Gordon, even though they're veterans and even though they have high slots, they're not considered by today's players as leaders or elite players. They're not. Even though Charlotte has placed them in those positions, in those slots. See, so now the natural order is being put into position, and the natural order is LaMelo. See, Mark Williams, Miles Bridges if he's coming back, which I'm reading everything about that he might be.
Taufik says Charlotte making bank with these picks, but picking Miller shows Charlotte cares about Melo. Terry is gone if Miller starts at shooting guard. Well, I expect Miller to start at shooting guard.
Me too.
Why would you draft a player number 2 overall? You're not going to start them. This team was 27-55, albeit injuries. They were 27-55.
Wait a minute, hold on. Full disclosure here. DJ. When they did make the play, and they got blew out on both games, so we ain't talking about no
Talk
team
to
that's
him.
of any significance.
Talk to him.
Okay, let's just knock off the nonsense. It's Melo's team, but they haven't given a team to him. So that looks like they finally may be giving him his team. That's what it finally looks like.
So Taufik says Miller will come off the bench to start the season. If that happens, then they didn't make no trades.
If okay, so they took the kid from Gonzaga, the big kid, one of the big, the 6'7" kid from Gonzaga, Julian Strother. Okay, so he gonna go to Denver.
Well, he got drafted before Drew Timmy.
Yep. Yeah, Josh, Timmy is more of a college player to me.
Yeah.
He ain't really no pro.
The Indiana Pacers select Julian Strother from Gonzaga University.
Yeah, proposed trade, Indiana, proposed trade.
He scored a career high 40 points against my alma mater, University of Portland. One of 6 Bulldogs with 40 points in a game in the last 50 seasons. He's known for his shooting ability. He shot better than 40% from three, and even better on.
Now Taufik says Melo wanted. He said that Charlotte slow walks their rookies. With this new organization, new owners, I don't think they would want to just have him come off the bench, wasting LaMelo's time. LaMelo needs to grow his game with Brandon Miller.
Right.
And you're wasting time if you have Terry out there taking up minutes because you know he's not a winner.
Facts. Good player.
Nick Smith
NBA
Jr.
player.
is very talented.
Good player, NBA player, but not a winning player. Not a leader in your locker room that leads to winning. Not happening.
The biggest waste of time in these past 3 years.
Yeah, these 3 years. I mean, if you look, and I'm so pulling it that hoping that Melo has gotten the right information that he need about this his health and to get these ankles right. Because I mean, DJ, you have been right about this Lonzo thing, and it's really broke my. It's really been sad to look at. He's like you said, he's probably done.
Mm. Yeah,
And if I'm not mistaken, the Chicago hasn't had a pick yet, have they?
Nope.
and they don't have a pick. There's rumors DJ that Zach Levine may be coming to LA.
I heard about that too.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, see this pick that Denver, Indiana pick for Denver. That's a good pick because they're gonna lose Bruce Brown for sure. You know, and they obviously gonna want to give that kid Brown from Kansas more time because he played, he played pretty well. Coming into the in the playoffs, he had his moments.
And someone asked me about talking with a homie on the phone about the Suns,
Uh huh.
and they were asking me about do, do do I believe they're gonna be the number one team in the West, number one team in the NBA, and I told them that I still think the Nuggets are until further notice because they know who they are. They run
Facts.
everything through Jokic. Undisciplined. They're the role players are a star. I repeat, a star in their role.
Facts.
There's no ego. There's no why I'm not getting Aaron Gordon. He's a star in his role. He knows what he's there for: defense, rebounding, hustle.
Facts.
Not too many NBA teams had that. Before we even talk about the Suns, they need to have a bench
Yeah,
because
yeah. They don't have no others yet.
it was the bench why they lost, even though they
Facts.
beat the Nuggets 2 times,
That's
and
exactly right.
that's why they lost to the Nuggets.
That's exactly right. They didn't have enough depth. That is exactly right. They did not have enough depth, not enough pieces.
Clippers are the last pick in the round. I wonder who they're gonna pick up.
Indiana's got the last pick, 32.
Oh, 32.
Yes, 32 picks.
Oh, I thought the first 30 is the first round.
No, 32. It's 32 teams.
In the first round?
Yeah, if I'm not
On this,
mistaken.
let me see. This chart only shows 30.
Oh, no, it's 30 teams. You're right. It's 30. It's right. You're right. So, and we're going to end at 30, ain't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to end at 30 at the first round. And then we'll talk about the second round another day. We may do a show on the second round. On the whole draft. How about that?
Oh
On the
yeah, I'm
whole
down with
draft,
that.
and maybe next week, DJ, when the trades hit in, we jump on and do something with that when some of the reshuffling takes place. What do you think before the
No, I'm
summer
down
league?
with that. I'm
Okay,
down with
sounds
that.
great. So last pick of the first round, we made it. All right. Thanks
Wow,
everybody
hang
for
on.
hanging in there with us. It's been a wonderful stream.
Damn good show. A really good
DJ,
show.
who is the new young lady with the dimples?
Which one? Where she
Not
at?
Malika Andrews. I ain't talking about her. I can't stand her. I'm talking about
Yeah,
the
I
other one.
can't. Yeah, she.
The other one, she's real. She know these players, boy. She be talking about them. I'll be listening to her too,
Man,
boy.
I'm trying to remember her name. But I know
Yeah,
who you
she
talking about. She wearing that beige. She on that right side.
on the right side. Yeah, them two
Yeah.
big old dimples in the cheeks too, boy. She a cutie pie, little cutie mama. Here we go, Clip Joint. Let's see what you got. The Clippers. Here we go. Clippers with the last pick.
The most cursed team in the NBA.
Wow, this made my day.
Macrina Daniel says, it was nice to hear you both with the
Thank
exclamation mark.
Thank you, Macrina. I'm so glad to have you back and to be doing it with you guys. And we're gonna be can't wait for the season. I'm just gonna put it out there early. We will be doing the season. I will for sure be doing the season. Right now I'm planning and doing stuff right now so that when the season starts, I'll be available and have a whole. We're gonna talk about DJ, but we gotta do something
Yeah.
with this to take this to another level.
Oh yeah, we will, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing as well. So every uh, every nighttime, because that's when the games will come on, I'll be able to do the streams. I'm trying to set up a office space later on, a couple months, so I can do the streams every night. That's the goal.
Yes, sounds great. And so this was a wonderful, 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 wonderful time with you, with all of the family again, back in the house, back out on DJs. Woohoo! Raw truth, baby. Bringing it to you, bringing it to you, bringing it to you. Appreciate all you guys so much. DJ, thank you so much. All of Lucretia Daniels, Rap God, Telfeet,
Big
everybody,
Bill
nephew,
One, Hoop
everybody.
Garden,
Yes, go ahead, DJ.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Just appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. And as we always say, Ubuntu. Because of me, you are. Because of you, I am. We are one. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Until next time. DJ, thank you so much.
No doubt.